following is a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeus, we get set for girls and boys basketball in the CIML Central Conference. It's Dowling and Waukee for the second time this year, and this time at the Dowling Gym, and it's senior night for the Maroons. We'll talk more about that. Jimmy, welcome, and here we go, CIML basketball, and it's Dowling Waukee for the second time.
Well, you certainly can feel the energy in the gymnasium after that real tight sophomore game. Certainly, students are showing up on both ends of the court, and we're getting squeezed a little bit by the Waukee student section, but should be a fun, entertaining, high-energy game, as senior night typically is. It's a celebration of girls who've gone through the program, and certainly there's a lot of energy that comes with that from our great seniors.
You can relax. The Waukee administrator just moved the students over to where they belong, behind their own bench, and we'll be fine here, Jimmy. Just guard your coat. Well, and what a game it was. The sophomore boys for Dowling avenged the loss they had at Waukee a few weeks ago, winning tonight, and it was a come from behind win. They were losing at halftime. Your son's part of that, and what a job it was. And, of course, our former coach at Dowling, now the head sophomore coach at Waukee and teacher, Pat Henkinius, he's not going to sleep well. And I can tell you that. He's not going to sleep well after the Maroons win.
He's a fantastic coach. You can see that when he was here at Dowling. Hated to see him leave, but certainly he just makes his teams better, and it's certainly a measurement of a coach who just does great things both on and off the court.
He certainly does. Well, let's take a look at some games tonight going on. These are all CIML girl-boy doubleheaders. Their start time is slotted for 6:15, and we'll have the same tonight as we're going to get started on time as they've started the countdown clock here. Other games going on is Ankeny at Waukee Northwest. Johnston is at Valley. That game will be televised on CISN. Urbandale at Southeast Polk. Mason City is at Ames. Ankeny Centennial traveling to Marshalltown. Roosevelt is at Hoover. East at Lincoln, and North is at Ottumwa. Fort Dodge has a bye tonight, and they will not play. So that's a look at some of the games going on in the CIML. Again, all girl-boy doubleheaders scheduled to start at 6:15. But, Jimmy, Dowling coming off a loss that we carried Tuesday night here on Iowa Catholic Radio. The Maroons losing to a very fine Ankeny team, and that's something you don't see a whole lot. You look back at the box score, you see a couple of things that stood out for me. Number one is the Dowling's leading scorer, Ava Zedeker, outstanding point guard as a freshman, 0 for 11 on the night. Emma Gipple set the Dowling rebounding record in that night. She had actually more rebounds than points, as she had over 20 rebounds and 11 points. And the Maroons just didn't shoot very well. A lot of that you can credit to what Ankeny did, as Dowling shot 27% from the field, 20% from three-point range, and the Dowling even out-rebounded Ankeny 30-23, but those low percentages caught up with them. Then to get outscored 14-1 in the fourth quarter after leading through 3.5 quarters did the Maroons in the girls' game on Tuesday at Ankeny.
Well, you go back to that game against Ankeny, and you certainly, as you mentioned, certainly some things stick out. Ava Zedeker had a night that she's not had before, and so it's going to be very interesting to see how she bounces back from that. Knowing athletes shoot and feel like she's probably going to jump back into the gym and get a shot off pretty early. But you look at Lauren Frerichs, had an off night, 1 for 6. Julia Moore got into foul trouble early in the game, and she becomes a big defensive stopper for you. But, when she's on the bench with foul trouble, that really doesn't help you. And then, Dowling just did not have an answer for the 2-3 zone that Ankeny put on them. But certainly something I'm sure Coach Marr, Coach Danner, Coach Faber, and probably really pieced through the film, saw what worked, what didn't work, and would be probably ready if that were to come again.
And for Waukee, they had a big win on the road. It was a non-conference win at Ottumwa on Tuesday night, so they've played pretty well. They're the Waukee Warriors under first-year head coach Danny Franklin They've won 3 of their last 5 games. They started out fast. They went 6-2 in November and December. Christmas break came. They went 3-5. Again, this is a Waukee school that split and now is Northwest, Waukee Northwest and Waukee. And this is the Waukee team that basically had 2 players, not starters or anything, 2 players left when they switched. And those 2 players are now in the starting lineup. But the rest of the team were playing intramurals, as the coaches have told me. And here they are. And they gave Dowling it was a 7-point Dowling win at the Waukee Fieldhouse 3 weeks ago tonight.
You go back to that game back in January 7th and 37-30 win by the Maroons at Waukee was a very good win for Dowling, but neither team shot very well. Waukee shot 27% from the field, 23% from 3. Didn't shoot the free throw line very well, only 4 for 10, but Dowling had an off night as well that night. But it came down to Dowling ability to convert at the free throw line. They had 5 extra points from the free throw line, and then they out-rebounded Waukee back on January 7th, 37-20, in which Emma Gipple came down with 22 of those rebounds. So it's a young team, Waukee. They distribute the ball well. They make you guard all 5 girls on the floor. They distribute the points really well, and they're getting help from their bench. They have 2 young ladies coming off the bench, both Lauren Nitty, freshman, and Mara Yokiel, who's also a sophomore too. Really good help from the bench for Waukee.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, along with Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Mercy One. Coach Danner's got a tie on, the Dowling assistant coach. It's senior night. That's why. There's pictures.
He's going to have pictures.
Yeah, probably has a sport coat, which is back in the locker room. You're not even going to put it over the chair. That's how it works on senior night. And, he's going to roll his sleeves up.
I want to see him roll his sleeves up,
come
let
down.
the tie, give him a towel that he can chew on. The old
Jerry Tarkanian.
Jerry Tarkanian.
I love it. All right, well, you look at these 2 teams, and tonight, senior night, a lot of festivities. Now, for the girls' game, we're going to play and start on time. It's between games we had the festivities, so the girls really aren't affected. The boys probably going to have a delay, and we'll have all that introductions and stuff, which we saw be exactly what we saw at Ankeny. We had quite a delay, and we had teams bouncing the ball behind us, so we were sitting courtside. And so I don't know how that affects these girls on senior night. Keep in mind, Dowling has 8 senior players, plus 2 managers they're going to be introducing. And of those seniors, Dowling, I believe, has Gipple is the only senior that starts, and Downing comes off the bench as far as a rotation of 8 players, Jimmy. So a lot of these seniors are support seniors. They do a good job. They know their role in the practice sessions and such. So there's basically 6 seniors in this Dowling club that probably won't see a whole lot of playing time. They haven't all year. May tonight, never know. But that's what it takes to have a program, is understanding, and you do it for 4 years. That says a lot about a young lady.
It's a tremendous thing for a senior to come out for basketball. You're amping up and you're playing your game, coming out for your senior year, and you're looking to play, and that's what these girls do. And you see a good group of freshmen come in and take some minutes away from you. And the one thing you notice about this group, and we've said it time and time again, is that they're unselfish, and this includes the girls who don't get a whole lot of time. There's a ton of support coming from the bench, and a lot of that is senior leadership. And certainly this Maroon team has great senior leadership.
All right, Jeff Piggott is our studio producer. We're going to take a break here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Waukee here at the Dowling Gym tonight. The second time these 2 teams have played. The girls' game, it was Dowling 37-30 over Waukee back on January 7th. It was the Waukee boys winning the first matchup. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale, we'll be back with more after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we welcome everyone in on a Friday night. High school girls and boys basketball set for several hours of coverage here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Hamadale, Jimmy Cataldo, as we get set for Dowling and Waukee in a girl-boy doubleheader. And, Jimmy, we were talking about how the girls seed their postseasons and stuff, basically by their rankings, and if they can make a geographical switch without upending the rankings too much. But they use their rankings as a guide. Now, the boys' sub-states came out today, and Dowling is in a sub-state with Des Moines Roosevelt, Des Moines North, along with Johnston, Council Bluffs Lincoln, and some school called Norwalk. And that sets up a lot of scenarios, and that's why I was not here when you got here after watching the sophomore game, visiting with some people about some probables. And so we were talking about postseason. Teams start to look that way when you have about 2 weeks left in the regular season. You start looking to postseason, Jimmy, and you start talking.
It wasn't long ago that we were talking as we were starting to enter the Christmas break, enter January, where the grind starts happening, where you're playing 2, maybe 3 times a week, and you just keep your head down and play the team you're playing. But now as you're getting toward the end of January, you start seeing how you played in this month and how well did you play to slot yourself into the postseason, which makes it very, very exciting for everybody. Not only certainly the girls, the coaching staff, the fans, but of course the media, as you start seeing who may end up being a first, second round sub-state a group that you could be playing in the next couple weeks.
Absolutely. And is this scouting report? Is he turning? Oh no, he's.
I don't think Coach Danner is going to give us too many.
It is. It's a scouting report.
It is.
I used to get those all the time, and then they thought I must have been leaking it to the other team because we all of a sudden went to a losing streak. Never got another one. Well, and I won't mention the coach that did that.
What's interesting, when you get in there and you're winning 11, 12 games in a row, and then you've lost 2 out of the last 3, 2 out of the last 4, the Maroons, things start tightening up a little bit. Coach Danner giving us the scouting report. I mean, you just get a little bit more hunkered down in what you do, focused in on what you have, get everybody back on track, and certainly see if you can get this thing back rolling again.
All right, Dowling and Waukee, and you look at this Waukee girls team tonight, Jimmy. Their record right now is 9-7. I mentioned they went 6-2 in the month of December, so they got off to a great start for a team that had 2 players that had any varsity experience. And that would be sitting on the bench and playing some late minutes in contests. Well, Kristen Hauk, Emily Sorensen, and Lily Lampe. Lampe was the one who played a little bit last year for Coach Guest when they won the state title, and she's their only senior on the team, and she is 3rd in Class 5A in three-pointers made with 39, but it was a low-scoring. It's going to be similar to what we saw at Ankeny Tuesday night. It could be a defensive-minded game, low-scoring, both teams defend, but Waukee has Kristen Hauk, Emily Sorensen, and Lily Lampe. That's where they get their scoring from. They all average 10 points a contest, with the exception of Hauk, who's a sophomore and averages 11.5. And then a young freshman, Gentry Williams, is in the starting lineup, leads the team in steals and blocks and assists. That's the Waukee team that comes over to Dowling. And now we're going to see how this Dowling team reacts to maybe a surprise loss. It's one thing to get beat, and Valley beat them. That was their only loss before. But now they get beat during the regular season. They won't see Ankeny until the postseason, if that. And we'll see what kind of team Dowling has tonight with this young group.
Well, that's just what you expect. I think they're going to come out and play a really hard-fought contest. I think they're going to come out and really amp up their defense. I see them playing more up and down the court, much more than they did against Ankeny, get more transition points, try to keep away from being just perimeter shooters, which they got caught in against Ankeny with the 2-3 zone. But any missed shot, you got to run. You get the rebound and you got to run, just in the event that they are playing a zone that you don't give them time to set up. But that's where this Dowling Maroon team has been thriving, is in their transition, speed game, and have done a great job. You look at Waukee, you mentioned 3 young ladies who average double-digit scoring. They're going to make you guard 5 girls, and that's going to be the thing that Dowling is going to certainly have to look themselves in the mirror and say, okay, is everybody doing their job? This can't be just 1 or 2 girls contributing on the defensive end, it has to be all five, and they certainly have been that type of team this year.
Now, Coach Danner even has a scouting report on you, Mr. Cataldo. He's talking more about, he says, when Jimmy says zone defense, it sometimes is a matchup or a box and one, and sometimes that'll be wrong. So that was his nuggets to us, or rather to you. So I'll give you that. You can look at that. I'm going to introduce starting lines, but he does have the keys and all that. So I'll let you absorb some of that. We just got that. And let's start with our starting lineups. They'll be introducing that here tonight. Denny O'Grady will introduce the lineups, and we'll start with the Waukee Warriors. The head coach is Danny Franklin. She just got married to Jared Prenny over in eastern Iowa, but she goes by Franklin. But Danny, in her first year, 9 wins, 7 losses, and assisted by Dustin Alvine, Abby Miller, and James Brook. And the Warriors come in with the records I mentioned, 9-7. And they'll start at one guard, Kirsten Houck. Houck is a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 11.5 points, and she'll wear number 2. The other guard is a 5'9 freshman, Emily Sorensen, averaging 10 points a game. She'll wear number 4. So Houck, a sophomore, Sorensen, a freshman, and Lily Lampy, the third guard, a 5'8 senior, averaging 10 points, third in the state in Class 5A with 39 made threes. She'll wear number 12. And the fourth guard is Miranda Peters, 5'8 junior, averaging 5.5 points. Leads the team in rebounding with 4.5 per game, and in blocks with 7. She'll wear number 14. And the fifth guard is Gentry Williams, a 5'8 freshman, averaging 4.5 points, 3 rebounds. Leads the team in assists with just over 3. Is tied with Peters with 7 blocks, and leads the team with 31 steals. Gentry Williams will wear number 24. So Houck, Sorensen, Lampy, Peters, Williams, starting 5 for Waukee, as they come in averaging 56 points on offense, give up 41 points on defense. Now on senior night, the Dowling girls being introduced, and the Maroons will start at the point guard. Ava Zediker, a 5'9 freshman, averaging 13.5 points, leads the team with 30 made threes. She'll wear number 13. The other guard is Julia Moore, a 5'4 junior, averaging 7 points, leads the team with 32 steals, wearing number 21. And the third guard is Layla Tritton, a 5'8 freshman, averaging 6 points, and she'll wear number 45. At one forward, Lauren Frericks, 5'10 junior, averaging 6 points a game, and she'll wear number 25. And the center is Emma Gipple, averaging double-double, 10.5 points, 13 rebounds, and Gipple will wear number 23. Dowling with the record of 13-2, ranked 6th in Class 5A, averaging 51 points on offense, 37.2 points on defense. Head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 6th year, 101 wins, 28 losses, assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. Alongside Jim Cataldo, Mark Hamadale. We'll be back with the tip after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalwear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalwear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalwear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalwear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Dowling Catholic High School gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, about set for tip-off. It's Dowling and Waukee, and Coach Cataldo, give us your keys to this contest.
Well, if you look at Dowling's keys, that as much as what we've been talking about is run their offense and get great shots, have patience, and I really like that emphasis. Push the ball in transition, as we've talked, but great shots. They got to be just focused on taking great shots. Know your role and do your job, and as they put at the end, have fun and enjoy the home game. For Waukee, you got to keep Gipple off the boards. Do they have the ability to zone the Maroons at times they need to, and then break down the Dowling defense, get high percentage shots in themselves, and they need to shoot better, and they'll be good.
All right, we're underway as the tip is up and won by Waukee, and now they get a shot from three-point range. It's no good, but the offensive rebound to Waukee. Miranda Peters missing the shot, and now a double dribble after the offensive rebound. So you got that all, stat man?
I got it all.
Shot, a three-point shot, an offensive rebound, and a turnover for Waukee. Start the game. And now Dowling with the ball, and we got an illegal screen set on the Maroons. This might be on Gipple, and it will be. So Emma picks up her first foul, and it's a player control foul over to Waukee.
Looks like the Maroons are running a full-court press man, which you like to get them up in the girls early in the sets. And make it really, really hard for them to shoot the basketball.
The Maroons not afraid to use their bench. We know that, and we might see Waukee have to use their bench. They don't go very deep to the Warriors. For head coach Danny Franklin, her first year, now an illegal screen called on Peters. So turnabout is fair play, and that is the first foul on Waukee, and it'll be on Peters, Miranda Peters, a 5'8 junior.
Oftentimes when it's early in the game, you really got to get in the rhythm and see how the officials are calling. They calling it loose or they calling it tight, and then you have to adjust throughout. And certainly early in the game, the moving screens are being called, so certainly has to take notice on both sides, both benches and the girls on the court.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Here's a shot in the baseline, no good. Follow-up shot, no good by Lauren Frerichs, so she misses both. Rebound Waukee. No scorers were underway. Peters in the front court for the Warriors. Here's Sorensen up top of the key for three. Good. That's Kirsten Hauk for three, and that is her 32nd made three of the year, and gives Waukee a 3-0 lead.
Young lady who's made a lot of threes throughout the season, that being her 32nd. Somebody that they can't leave too far off.
Well, there you go. Ava Zediker down the lane, a shot up and good. Didn't use the glass, but got up to fall, and she breaks that 0 for 11 streak.
Well, I don't even think she's even thinking about that.
But
it takes great pressure off her to take the ball to the basket, and that's what they're going to look to do. Is they're going to look to transition and run hard to the basket, try to get those open layups or kick out three-point shots.
Brian Gibson is one of our three referees, along with T.J. Augustine and Mark Vandehar. Welcome the crew to Dowling. They'll also do the boys' game. We appreciate them here tonight. Brian, we were talking with him earlier. He did the girl-boy doubleheader at Ankeny on Tuesday. As the Warriors now with the basketball, they dribble down the left side and whistle a foul on Dowling. So a tight call here so far, and Layla Tritton picks up the foul for the Maroons. That is their second team foul.
Certainly not what Coach Marr probably likes to see early is maybe the tight calling of the officials, because the Dowling defense is a kind of an up-in-your-face type defense, and if they're going to call the tight fouls, they could put some girls in some foul trouble.
Well, the ball got slapped around, but right in the hands of the Warriors. This is a Hauk with it in the lane. Kicks it over in the corner. This is Lampy for a 15-footer. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Emma Gipple. There's Zediker pushing the ball up floor. It's 3-2. Waukee by 1. Moore down the lane and tries to pass it underneath. She does to Gipple. Her shot up and no good. Drew the foul. And Peters, I think, has committed her second foul. We'll see. And it is Miranda Peters with foul number 2. Decision time for Coach Danny Franklin in her first year at Waukee.
The beauty about Waukee's bench is you have two very formidable girls that could go in and produce points in great defense. Waukee going with Yokil in for Peters here this early in the game.
Mara Yokeel, 5'8" sophomore, checking in for Peters, who sits down. Both free throws good by Gipple. And it gives Dowling a 1-point lead. It's 4-3 Maroons. 5.5 minutes remaining. First quarter from the Dowling gym. Hope you can join us for both games tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. If my voice goes out, I have Jimmy Cataldo with me, folks, so he'll be out. But I think I'll be fine. I've been
nursing it,
yeah. The hot tea and honey and all that. Getting over a laryngitis. Now ball deflected out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Dowling. And the Maroons will come up full court as Gentry Williams threw the ball away.
So Waukee's going to a man-to-man defense, and it's interesting if they'll go in and out of a zone after what they saw on film. But I think the Dowling girls are probably nipping at it that hey, put into a zone, let us run what we've been doing all week to kind of prepare for it.
Here's Gipple with the ball in the lane, kicks it back out. Fergs for three, top of the key, it's off the mark, no good. Rebound Waukee, and coming away with it is Kirsten Hauk. Hauk, the 5'8" sophomore, leaves it for a Yoki, and she goes in the lane, draws a foul. I think free throws are coming. Brian Gimpsel will let us know. The foul's on Dowling. It'll be Zediker with the foul. That's the Maroons' third foul here in the first quarter. Waukee with 2 team fouls.
You're looking at Ava Zediker and the way she's playing right now. She looks like she has a big purpose, on her demeanor, on her face. The way she's playing right now is kind of all over the court, helping on defense. Strong man-to-man and taking the ball to the basket, which you would expect after an off night.
And Yokeel misses both free throws. And it's 4-3 Dowling. Rebound comes out. The Maroons are Zediker with it. And she's being guarded tightly by Kirsten Hauk. So tight man-to-man by Waukee. And now Ferg's pass stolen away by Gentry Williams. Warriors in transition. Here's Lampy for three in the corner. It's no good. Ball slapped out of bounds. And he'll stay with Waukee as hustling down is Yoki. And she was battling amongst Gipple and company. And they say went off of Gipple. Now the Warriors inbound, do a 1-4 set. They get it to Hauk for three. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Tritton. Tritton nearly threw it away. Outlet pass goes to Zediker. She tracks it down, keeps going out of bounds. And now here's a three-pointer. Good. That's Julia Moore. And boy, has she come up big for the Maroons. That gives Dowling a 4-point lead, 7-3.
Great open look by Julia Moore, and without hesitation, hits the shot, which gives great confidence for her early in the game, and then forces herself into a foul position, moving her body on a blocking foul.
Dowling 7, Waukee 3, and that's the first foul on Julia Moore. So Zediker, Moore, Gipple, and Tritton, 4 of the 5 starters with a foul. 2 fouls on Waukee. Warriors have it. This is Emily Sorensen with it. Corner it goes. A three-pointer up and good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Mara Yokeel.
Certainly they have girls that can shoot the ball, and part of the keys to the game is to get out along the perimeter and force contested three-point shots.
Here's Fergs down the lane. Her shot off the rim, no good. Rolls off, and they say it goes out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball. Frustration there for Fergs as not only did she, but also Zediker had a tough shooting night on Tuesday, and I hope to, a couple baskets here to get them going.
It's tough for them to take a shot early in the set, but they're open, and if you're Lauren Frericks, you've been taking that shot all year, and she's not going to turn it down now. But of course, part of the keys to Coach Danner and Coach Myers, work the ball around, get great shots tonight. And that's what they're focusing on.
Steal by Julia Moore. Now she's double-teamed in the backcourt. And Julia now across the timeline, guarded heavily by Linda Lampy. In the corner goes to Tritton for three. It rolls in and out, no good. And the rebound out to Waukee and Emily Sorensen. Lead pass down court. Underneath, the shot up and good. The basketball count, a foul on Dowling. And Yokeel again off the bench with the spark there, Jimmy. She has 5 points and an and one here.
Quick transition by Waukee. Dowling not getting back on defense. Layla Tritton picking up her second foul on the contested layup. Certainly not something she's wanted to have happen to her, but she's going to have to go to the bench early in the first half, which brings in Marr and Heller.
Kirsten Hauk will check out for Waukee, and the free throw is good by Yokeel. Yokeel off the bench, averaging 7.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. Has 4 blocks and 23 steals. She's almost like the fifth starter, but she comes in as a sixth man. And now off the glass, shot good by Julia Moore. And now we've got, a foul in the backcourt on Dowling.
That's going to be foul number 2 on first team foul, on Julia Moore.
That's on Zedeker. That's her second. Yeah, they whistled on 13. They haven't posted yet, but he put 13 up, and that's Zedeker's second. Marin Heller in the lineup. Marin Heller, in the lineup for Dowling, the freshman. And we'll set the lineups here. We've had some changes in personnel in the last couple of dead balls, and now the ball thrown away for Waukee. It's Sorensen and Hauk, along with Lampe, so 3 of their 5 starters in there. Number 32, Lauren Neidy in there, 5'10 freshman, so a little post work. And I'm missing the gal for Waukee. As Moore down the lane for Dowling, her shot no good. Gipple with the rebound. Kicks it out to Frericks for 3, top of the key, good! Lauren Frericks gets in the scorebook. That's her first 3 of the night. And Dowling now increased its lead to 12-9.
They worked the ball around well. They kept the play open by the offensive rebound by Gipple. And then Lauren Frericks hitting the shot she missed just 2 times down the court is great confidence from her.
Now to the basket, Lily Lampe draws the foul. And this one will be on Frericks, her first. So all 5 Dowling starters have committed a foul, with Zedeker committing 2 fouls.
So the Maroons now with their 7th team foul of the first half. Every foul here on out will be a 1-and-1 bonus up to 10, which would give them a double bonus.
And Mara Yokeel at the line, a 5'8 sophomore for Waukee, hits the first free throw. She'll get 1 more. She is their leading scorer off the bench. Second free throw, no good, bounces out. Rebound Gipple. 12-10, Dowling by 2, and now foul at half court on Waukee. This will be on Lampe, the lone senior and captain of this Waukee team.
Senior Macy Downey is now into the lineup for the Maroons, which would take Ava Zedeker out with her 2 fouls.
13 foul on Waukee, 7 on Dowling, so the Warriors will go to the free throw line the rest of this quarter. We have 1:30 remaining and the whole second quarter. So for Dowling, it's Heller. Julia Moore, who gets loose in the lane, shot off the glass short. Rebound slapped around, Gipple in there, and goes in the hands of Waukee. This is Hauk. Lead pass down court to Gentry Williams. Saves it from going out of bounds. Warriors have it. This is Sorensen in the lane. Shot up and good. Oh, what a flurry there by the Warriors.
Well, it's a great job by the Maroons. Many times they tried to overplay and almost drew contact in the way the officials were calling it. Every one of those would have been fouled, and they held up, which allowed Waukee an open shot in the middle of the lane for a 2-point shot.
All right, so it's Heller and Macy Downing, as you mentioned earlier, Jimmy, in the lineup. Here's Julia Moore. In the corner it goes to Frericks. Frericks in the left block, spins, shot up. It's short. Rebound, Gipple, offensive board. Put back up. Good! Emma Gipple, another offensive rebound, and that's her first field goal tonight. She has 4 points on a couple of free throws. Dowling by 2 with 35 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 14-12 Maroons, Jimmy.
Great pace if you're a Dowling coach. This game is a great pace, which aids to their defensive transition and good shots.
Now in the lane, a shot up and no good by Hauk. Rebound Gipple. Here's Heller with it with 20 seconds remaining. See if Dowling holds for 1. Here's Julia Moore down the lane, finds a seam, kicks it back out and threw it away. Ball loose on the floor and Waukee picks it up. 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. With it is Neidy, and she draws the foul, and that might be on Moore, and that'll be her second. So both Dowling starting guards have 2 fouls each.
You just feel the tension by some of the girls tonight in the way they're playing. Julia Moore has been taking the ball hard to the basket to her left dominant side. She's going after the scrummed balls that are loose on the court, and she just found herself in a position where she was going hard after a ball and drew a foul.
Ella Tweeton at the line for Waukee. Front of a 1-and-1. It's no good. Check that. Lauren Neidy is at the line and missed the free throw. Rebound Dowling underneath. Shot up good. The horn by Ellie Olsen as Dowling got the ball down court quickly, and the Maroons lead it by 4, 16-12.
It was a tremendous job by Emma Gipple, understanding how much time she had. Took 2 or 3 dribbles down the side. Found Ellie Olsen cutting to the basket, still with a little bit of time, but Ellie Olsen's ability to catch the ball quickly and put it in really gave them that final shot at the end of the quarter.
All right, we'll take a break. We've come to the end of the first quarter here in this girls' contest in Class 5A. It's Dowling 16, Waukee 12 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. I don't believe in hell. A loving God wouldn't send anybody to such a place. You're right. A loving God wouldn't do that. But he's not going to force anyone to go to heaven either. If you dislike a certain relative and they knew it, is it loving of them to be around every chance they got? No. If they really loved you, they'd let you decide if you wanted to be around them or not. It's the same thing with God. He loves us, but won't force us to love him back, because true love can't be forced. God gives us our lives on earth as a way to choose if we want to love him and spend eternity with him in heaven, or if we want to reject him and live apart from him in hell. So how do we know how to love God? Pray for guidance and grace, follow the commandments in the church, seek the truth, and let it lead you right to heaven. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us. Friday night girls and boys basketball from the Dowling Gym. It's senior night, and we'll talk more about the Dowling seniors and the girls and the boys. The Maroons had the ball first here in the second quarter. Dowling going right to left, and they turn it over right away as the pass inside was stolen away as Zediker gets the start here in the second quarter with 2 fouls. Heller still remains in there at the other guard, and Waukee with the basketball. We'll go through some of the first quarter numbers here in a moment. Here's a shot to left hand, no good in the lane by the Warriors, and that was Miranda Peters, or rather Lampy with the miss. And now we've got a whistle and a foul on Waukee, and that'll be on Kirsten Hauk. Jimmy, you got to look at some of the numbers.
Look at the Maroons in the first quarter, 4 of 9 from the field, 44%, 2 of 4 from 3 for 57 total rebounds. Gipple getting 6 of those. For Waukee from the first half, 2 of 4, 50% from the field, 2 of 5 from 3 for 40%, and 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers. But the key in the first quarter is probably the foul trouble that the Maroons are under was Zediker, Moore, and Tritton, both with 2 fouls here early in the first half.
Waukee went 2 of 6 at the free throw line. Dowling went 2 of 2 at the line as Maroons outscore Waukee 16-12. That's our score now. Waukee with the ball after a turnover by Dowling. So Maroons' first 2 possessions have resulted in turnovers here in the second quarter. Here's Sorensen with it for the Warriors. They're going left to right towards the north basket. Wearing their visiting black uniforms with purple numbers with a little bit of white trim around the numbers and the letters. Dowling staying man-to-man. This is Lampy with it, the lone senior working against the freshman Heller. A little scoop shot, no good. Good job by Heller. Rebound Dowling, and here's Zediker with it, and a whistle and a reaching foul called on Hauk.
Be number 2 on Hauk, and see if that forces her to the bench here with 6:30 in the second quarter.
And substitution.
They brought in
for Hauk. They take her out, and
they brought in Knighty, who's a 5'10" freshman, taking Hauk out of the game.
So both teams that went to their benches here in the first half, mostly due to foul trouble. Here's Zediker with it for Dowling. Down the lane, shot up, and no good, drew the foul. And she crashes into the basket support pad underneath, and a whistle and a foul on Yokeel.
Zediker had a good look at the top of the key, and Coach Danner, Coach Meyer really wanted to see her take that shot, but she turned it away. And I think it's a little bit of what you learned from the last game is, I am going to attack the basket tonight any chance I get. She had a nice crossover dribble, was able to get to the basket and draw a foul.
Both free throws good by Zediker. She has 4 points. And we have a substitution in for Dowling as Layla Tritton will return to the lineup, and she'll replace Lauren Frerick. So let's set the Dowling lineup now. In the post, it'll be Gipple and Ellie Olson with Heller, Tritton, and Zediker, the 3 freshman guards. Waukee with the ball, Yokeel, right elbow, shot no good, rebound Dowling and Tritton. Here's outlet pass to Zediker. Ava in the front court between the circles, gets to Tritton, top of the key. Under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Dowling 18, Waukee 12. Now a little back cut, stolen away by Waukee. Warriors in the passing lane. Here's Lampy, the senior, all the way down court. Left-handed layup, no good, and a rebound out to Olson and Dowling.
They're really going to force the Maroons to get back on defense, and they really had to watch that.
There's Zediker in transition, up and good. They're going to count it as a 2 and a timeout Waukee. And it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here, Jimmy, with 5:40 remaining here in the second quarter, rather. It's Dowling 20, Waukee 12, and this is the Maroons' largest lead of 8.
See the versatility of Zedeker tonight, the ability to take the ball to the basket, very, very strong, and then be able to sit at about 18 feet away and have a nice, smooth jump shot.
I recognize the guy sitting next to you. He was running some end zone camera during the football season. I don't know if he was actually had it on or anything, but he was getting into games on my dime. Do you know anything about that?
The guy's just looking for a friend tonight.
Reinhardt?
We may have to give him this extra, at least so he can hear us.
Oh, sure. That'll go over well.
As long as there's not a mic. He's a guy that would ask a lot of questions. He's a great guy to have a conversation with. It's just you may have to answer 100 questions.
Does he know the home side's across from us? We sit with the visitors. Does he not know that?
He knows better.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Now, Waukee with the ball at the timeout, and they throw it away in a turnover, so both teams getting a little sloppy. What's the turnover count for both teams, Jimmy,
right
real quick?
Now, I have Waukee with 6 total turnovers,
okay,
and the Maroons with 5.
It's a little high for the first half. It's a little sloppy. They were I would call some of them unforced turnovers. Dowling with the ball. Olson's pass in the corner to Tritton. Won't shoot it. Can't get any dribble penetration. Now Heller for 3, left wing as they skip past it. It's no good with her shot. Rebound Tritton on the weak side underneath. And a whistle and a foul as Gipple passed it to Heller. And that's awful close to make a pass, but a foul, reaching foul on Waukee. And this will be on Yul Keel. That'll be her second off the bench.
It'd be interesting to see next time down the court, Waukee look to be dropping back into a 2-3 zone, which would be the first time of us seeing that tonight.
And Heller's free throw good. That's one thing about Mariner when I was doing the numbers. She hadn't been at the free throw line in a while, and she's a good one when she's there. So got to find a way to get there. Mariner is 14 of 18, make it 15 of 19 at the free throw line, pushing 80%. And her and Zedeker lead this team, the 2 freshmen at the line.
You're right, and that was the difference to the first time they played Waukee, was Dowling's ability to getting to the free throw line many more times than Waukee, getting six extra points out of that game from the charity line.
That's right. Second free throw good. So Marin Heller in the book. She's got her first 2 points. 22-12. Dowling's lead is now 10 over Waukee with just under 5 minutes remaining. Now a nice bank shot over Gipple. That's good by Kirsten Haupt, the 5'8 sophomore, and that is her 5th point.
Gipple's a little less aggressive there, just protecting her foul situation. Probably smart this early in the game.
Tritton on a catch and shot, and it's no good. Rebound, Gipple, offensive board, took it away from Sorensen. Dowling keeps possession. Now here's Frericks, or rather Gipple with it, out to Julia Moore, who's back in there. Moore gets it inside to Gipple, couldn't handle it, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball as the Maroons lead by 8 with 4:24 remaining in the half. At halftime, we'll have Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys coach, on this senior night here at the Dowling gym. And if you're planning on coming to the game tonight, a pretty good crowd for Friday night. It normally is. The upper bleachers starting to get full. But the senior night activities will be done after the game. Now Heller gets loose on the inbounds play, and her shot with the left hand is good by Marin, and she now has 4.
Drove across the lane with her left hand and then scooped it up for a nice, easy 2-foot layup.
Nice.
Very talented play.
Now Heller with the steal on the baseline, and it goes right off the shin of Kirsten Howe. Could it be Dowling basketball? What a heads-up play by Heller.
You just that's just the type of player she's been. Just really gritty and plays defense hard and forcing turnovers, and that's what she does well.
24-14, Dowling by 10. Here in this girls' contest, I mentioned the senior night activities will be happening following the girls' game and before the boys' game, so we might have a little bit of a late start. We've got a total of about 16 young men and women getting introduced tonight with their families, so we'll see how that goes. Now, how about that? Moore, I don't even know how she found room, but she got a shot in the lane that's good, and it looked like she forced everything there but found a way to get it through.
Great strength out of Julia Moore this year, and that just was on display on that type of a shot where she couldn't get much in the air, but a lot of strength to get the ball in the basket.
All right, Lampy for 3. It's no good for Waukee as they get the ball down quickly after a Dowling-made basket. Notice a lot of teams doing that. Dowling leading 26-14. Maroons' largest lead is 12. Now they turn it over. Frericks on the left block. Lost it out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball. And Julia Moore battling foul trouble. She has 2 fouls, but she has 7 points tonight for the Maroons. Zedeker set to check in. Next dead ball. This is Hauck with it. Leaves it for Sorensen. Pull-up jumper, right elbow. Good. Smooth shot by Sorensen as Emily got loose there and got the Dowling defender away from her.
It's just the lost art of the mid-range jump shot that Lampe hit there. And nice, smooth 10-footer and hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
There is more down the lane. They give it to her. Shot off the glass. Good. For whatever reason, they let her go left, and they opened up the C parted down the left side.
Well, you start learning about the girl you're guarding, and that has to be about a dozen times that Julia Moore has taken it down the left side of the lane.
Yeah, a three-pointer by Waukee, and that was Lauren Knighty for three. And again, they get Dowling in transition after a made basket. Knighty's first 3 points tonight. It's 28-19, Maroons by 9 as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter. Here's Moore again. Tries to kick it out to Tritton, and she overthrew the pass out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball on the turnover as Zedeker checks in along with Ellie Olson for Dowling. Moore will sit down, as will Lauren Frericks here, Jimmy.
Well, if you look at Waukee and their three-point shooting, you got Hauk with 31 coming into the game, 31 threes, Sorensen with 24, Lampe with 39, and then you add Knighty coming off the bench with 23s. Certainly forces you to cover the perimeter in guarding the three-point shot.
So Waukee attacking the glass, and they draw the foul. This one will be on Ellie Olson, her first. Gentry Williams, 5'8" freshman. And she'll shoot free throws here. And I'm going to give her 2. First one up and no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Dental Associates, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo from the Dowling Gym. Second free throw good by Gentry Williams. Jeff Piggott is our studio producer. I want to thank him for keeping us on the straight and narrow as we've got a full house here. Place starting to get packed here for senior night activities following this contest. 28-20. Dowling by 8, minute and a half remaining. Here's Zedeker with it between the circles. And leaves it for Tritton. Tritton all the way down the left side of the lane. Can't get a shot off. Kicks in the corner to Heller, and she won't shoot it. Maroons are looking for a high percentage shot, and we haven't seen the zone. So Waukee stayed man, and so is Dowling. Now Heller finds a seam and goes right around her defender, and her shot is up and good around Lampe.
She has such a quick first step on her dribble drive that they're playing catch-up on the defensive end the whole way to the rim.
Marin Heller, 6 points off the bench, and now here is Lampe. Turnabout fair play, gets loose in the lane. Her shot up and good. That's her first basket of the night. And it's 30-22, Dowling by 8.
So two things are happening is on a made basket, the Maroons are looking to run, and Waukee is definitely running back and getting themselves set back up on defense.
And a corner three by Dowling. It's no good by Tritton. Rebound Waukee. Now a long three coming, up, no good. Rebound comes out to Waukee, offensive board. And the Warriors now will hold it. Hauk with it with 30 seconds remaining. Her shot up and no good. Ball slapped around. It'll be Dowling basketball.
Macy Downey coming into the lineup here. Last 24 seconds for the Maroons, taking out Layla Tritton, and then Julia Moore coming in on the defensive end for Ellie Olson.
Yeah, the old offense, defense, trying to protect fouls, all that stuff. I don't know who's in charge of that down there. It might be, I think it's Faber. Which Faber's saying, yeah, we got to get her in. She goes out. This how it's like a puzzle.
Audrey Faber's been such a silent but such an intuitive coach this year for the Maroons, getting some great experience. But in her own right, she was just such a heck of a basketball player, both at the high school and even at the collegiate level. Great asset to have here for this young team.
She lit it up when she played here and at Creighton. Here's Zedeker at the horn. It's no good for three, and we've come to the end of the first half with Dowling leading 30-22 over the Waukee Warriors alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale. And Dowling wins that quarter 14-10 over the Warriors. And Dowling started out with a 16-12 advantage at the end of one quarter, and they outscore Waukee 14-10 here in the second quarter. To lead it here at halftime, Jimmy, 30-22. Maroons committed 9 team fouls in that first half. Waukee with 7. So foul trouble kind of hurt both teams a little bit. They had to go to their benches a little earlier than they wanted to. And when anytime you're aggressive and you're playing defense that close, you're going to get the fouls called. Tonight's crew is going to call a little bit tighter than maybe what we've seen.
Well, it was the Maroons' ability to adjust to the way the game is being called, and not every officials are the same. Some games are tight, some games are loose. This one's being much tighter. The Maroons coming away with 7 fouls after the first quarter, only committing 2 fouls in that second quarter. Certainly adjusted in the second half to the way the game is called and kept themselves out of harmful foul trouble.
Dowling led by Julia Moore in the first half with 9 points, 6 points each for Ava Zedeker and Maren Heller, 4 points for Emma Gipple, and 3 points for Lauren Frericks, 2 points for Ellie Olson off the bench. Dowling 6 for 6 at the free throw line. And we'll take a break as we total up the numbers here as Clay Thielking joins us, the Dowling boys basketball coach, and we'll visit with him here on senior night from the Dowling gym. It's halftime of the girls contest. Dowling 30, Waukee 22. Along with Jim Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, all religions believe basically the same thing? They only differ in their external forms, in the way they express it. G.K. Chesterton says the truth is precisely the other way around. The religions of the world do not differ greatly in rites and forms. They do differ greatly in what they teach. In most every religion, people pray, they sing, they read sacred texts, they honor their traditions, they have special feasts, they light candles and so on. But they don't teach the same things. They don't believe the same things. There's only one religion that believes that Christ is the Son of God, that he suffered and died for our sins, and that he rose from the dead. Only one religion believes in one holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio. 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines. 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines. 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym here on senior night. The Dowling dance team out there performing as we're now joined by Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys basketball coach. It's here at halftime. Dowling leading 30-22 in the girls contest. And Coach Thielking, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Big night. It's senior night. And Waukee for the second time on your schedule.
Yep.
Welcome.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Yeah, big night, senior night. Round 2 with Waukee, so it should be a good one.
What do you want to talk about first? The seniors on your team, or do you want to talk about the opponent? Let's talk about your seniors, because that's going to happen between games. So you're going to have a later tip-off tonight, a little bit. I don't know how that affects both teams. I know Coach Kanaski knows about it, but talk about some of these guys. You only met them this year after this past spring. It is when you met them, when you came over here.
Been a great group. Quincy and Carson and Ben and Charlie, Jalen and Mata, awesome kids first and foremost, and have been great with me. It's tough to have a new coach come in, and I never had to do it, but especially your senior year of high school, I know that's a hard transition, and they've been awesome with me from day one and done everything I asked of them. So it's been a fun group to work with, and I think we're still getting better, but tonight's a night to honor them, and hopefully the scoreboard rewards those guys. It'll be a night that they remember for all the right reasons.
Yeah, no question, Coach. And, what a game it was the first time you played Waukee at their place. And I know you got off to a great start, and all of a sudden it was that fourth quarter that caught up with you, for whatever reason. Couldn't get it done down the stretch, but it was a game in which you led. And as I told you, Dowling hasn't won over there at Waukee in that field house since when my nephew played here back in around 2007 or 8. So it's been a long time, but the Maroons have really done okay here at the Dowling gym. So a chance to, when you play a common opponent in your conference, to get Waukee. And Coach Kanaski will have his team ready. I know they're a group that's young and inexperienced, and they're going through the season. Right now they're 8-7. You come in at 4-9. So this could be anybody's game tonight.
I think it will be tight. You're right. Really young group, so they've gotten a lot better. They're a different team than than what we saw the first time around, and I think we've gotten a lot better as well. But yeah, that first game I think was a tale of two halves. We played really well in the first half, and then they made some shots in the second half and closed the gap quickly, and we lost patience and melted down a little bit on the offensive end, and obviously it ended poorly for us. But yeah, I think we match up pretty well with these guys. I think it should be pretty tight.
So what's been the emphasis after Tuesday night? You only get really a day and a half really to get things rolling back again and get your focus transition over to Waukee. What's been the emphasis the last couple days with your team?
We turned the page quickly. We didn't talk about that Ankeny game beyond the locker room afterwards. Those things happen. So we didn't dwell on that. It's fundamentals. Defensively, we're going to have to be locked in and focused and communicate well. And that's been a challenge for us because this team executes really well in the half court, and if you break down, you're going to pay for it. They've got multiple guys that can shoot it. They're a skilled team, and so defensively, we've worked on that. And offensively, it's execution. They've been playing a little more zone lately, so we prepared a little bit for that. So to be honest with you, not a lot of changes, just cleaning things up and understanding what they're going to try to do. We did some film stuff where we watched their actions again to put it in front of our guys' eyes one more time. But it's about us, really. If we do what we do at the level we're capable of, then I think we can be okay.
The beauty about being a part of the Dowling community and being a part of this community all my life is the support you get from the fans and from the students, even when you have down years. So coming back home this evening has to be a very refreshing. But talk about, you've always seen Dowling on the other side of the court. Talk about what you learned about the Dowling community now being a part of this school and this program just this last year.
No, you're right. Just the support's off the charts from the students I have in my classes. Asking about games and being supportive to the amount of people that show up at these games. It's awesome. It really is. The parents have been wonderful. Not one angry parent email or phone call all season, and really that's rare, I think. And we've lost a lot of games. We're 4-9 right now, I believe, and there could be a lot of people complaining about certain things that aren't. And those things make a big difference. They really do. So it's a special place where everybody's pulling in the same direction. And as a coach, that's certainly a blessing for me to have.
Well, and it goes to your seniors, as we've talked about throughout the year, and their leadership when maybe they're not getting as many minutes as they would like in their last year. Getting themselves around each other and understanding this is about one team and not one individual. And so, certainly these are guys that are going to bounce back and going to understand that they're not on an island by themselves, that there's a ton of support. They're going to come out. They're going to see this crowd, student section riled up. And then I'm sure there's been a little bit of a chip on their shoulder thinking about the game that they had with this Waukee team the last time and how it went through their fingers.
Right. It's a prideful group, and they remember that. They remember. You don't have to really talk about that and rehash everything that happened that night, but that was a tough locker room after that one, and they remember, and we'll try to put a better product on the floor for 32 minutes tonight.
Well, Coach, we appreciate having you on at halftime. I look at your schedule. You got the Monday makeup with, by the way, Johnston, and then Tuesday with Ottumwa. So you're going to play 3 games in about 5 days, so you need your legs.
We will. We'll be ready.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Best of luck. Clay Fieldking, our guest. We'll take a break and come back with the second half of the girls' contest. Halftime. It's Dowling 30, Waukee 22 in the girls' game, and this is Mark Hamadale along with Jimmy Cataldo, and thanks to head coach Clay Fieldking, the Dowling boys basketball coach, and we return for the second half in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
I thought you said we were going clubbing for our anniversary.
Oh, we are. Ah, yes. Here it is.
The phone.
Right. for the Challenger Club.
Do we need a reservation?
There's no reason to have reservations about helping Iowa Catholic Radio.
Are they DJing or something?
It's the soundtrack to holiness. And the Challenger Club helps by challenging other Iowa Catholic Radio listeners to give during the Carathon.
Great. Just one more question.
Yeah?
What about our anniversary?
Oh, call 515-223-1150 to join the Challenger Club today.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jim Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Underway here in the third quarter as Waukee with the first possession. They get a three-point basket by Miranda Peters, and then Dowling the other way, and a whistle of foul on Waukee, and that'll be on Miranda Peters, her third foul. And free throws coming for Lauren Frericks. Misses the first, and the second one is short. And that's the first two free throws Dowling's missed tonight, Jimmy, and the rebound out to Waukee as the Warriors now, let's see what kind of adjustments both teams made at halftime. After,
well, if you're Coach Danny Franklin, Peters picking up her third. It's tough. You take her out with three fouls after just hitting the first three-pointer of the second half, and she chose to keep her in the game.
Yeah, that's you're asking a lot there for especially all the scrums you get into, and now here's a pushing foul on Dowling. As Waukee attacks the basket, they go right to left as the Warriors towards the south basket, and Tritton picks up her third foul.
Really tough foul to absorb there.
Through the elbow.
Wasn't just a ton of contact. Really didn't manipulate anything to the drive to the basket, but certainly the officials saw it a little bit differently.
Yeah, you can't throw that elbow. If she would have just kept it close, she would have been fine. As we went through the scoring for the first half, Waukee with the basketball. Dowling had 6 players score in the first half. And now a shot up and no good by the Warriors. Rebound Dowling and Gipple. Full court pressure in the backcourt on Waukee. Their leading scorer was Marr Yokeel off the bench with 7 points for the Warriors. Kirsten Hauk with 5. And that's Zedeker underneath shooting and scoring for Dowling.
That's her 8th point for the night. And again, Zedeker's doing what she's done well, and where she gets her best confidence is taking the ball to the basket.
Now an underhand shot, no good by Lampy, the senior for Waukee. Rebound Dowling, and Zedeker in the lane. Her shot up and no good. And the rebound hauled out of there by Gentry Williams and the Warriors.
And just as I say that, she misses a very similar shot, but yet, her confidence is taking the ball to the basket tonight, you can tell.
Waukee with the ball. Here is Lampy with it in the lane. Left-handed scoop shot, good. Went right around Julia Moore for the basket.
Very talented move by Lampy, going hard with her right, and then crossovering with the scoop left-handed layup for a 2-point shot.
Dowling in transition. It's Heller for 3. It's good in the corner. Marin with her 9th point. And Dowling get the ball. They're taking a page out of each other's playbook, getting the ball down quick after a made basket, Jimmy.
Certainly a key for Coach Danner Meyer is to get transition great shots, and that's what the Maroons are getting tonight.
Now block shot by Gipple. Bodies on the floor, and a whistle and a loose ball foul called on Waukee. And I think they're going to get Peters for her 4th, and they are.
And that was the gamble. The gamble Coach Franklin took is, I'm going to keep her in there because she was hot to start the second half. Play with those 3 fouls. Hopefully that she's smart enough to watch her defense, and she picks up her 4th.
And it all started with Gipple trying to take a charge, and then bodies on the floor, and then she gets Peters gets the foul called on the scramble. Dowling with the ball. Here's Heller with it. Dowling 35, Waukee 27. We approach the 5-minute mark. Heller, pull-up jumper, good, right over Marr Yokeel.
Such a talented jump shot. To drive hard with your left, to step back, mid-range jump shot is such a talented move for a very young lady.
Next dead ball, Ellie Olsen set to check in for the Maroons. Waukee with the ball. They trail by 10. Dowling's largest lead has been 12 in the first half. Warriors with it as the Maroons stay in their man-to-man, be very patient with their offense here as Waukee. Emily Sorensen with it. They get it in the corner. This is Lampy. Top of the key, it goes to Yokeel. Marr, a dribble, now passing the ball left side to Lampy, who's guarded by Moore. Now pull-up jumper by Gentry Williams, no good. Left elbow, gets her own rebound. Leaves it for Lampy for 3, it's no good. And Zedeker with the rebound, bodies on the floor. As Zedeker got tied up with Sorensen, and they let him play on. Here's Heller. And drawing the foul, and a holding foul on Waukee.
Well, at times they're calling the game very, very tight, and then that last time on that rebound for the Maroons. They got bounced around a couple times with no call. And that comes down to if the team looks like they're getting the rebound, there's a little bit of contact play on, and that's what they're doing.
Hauk picks up the foul for Waukee. That's her third team foul on the Warriors. One on Dowling underneath. They get it to Gipple. Now out to Heller for three. Good! Marin Heller with her second three tonight. Timeout Warriors. With 3:54 remaining here in the third quarter, we'll take a break. Dowling 40, Waukee 27 in game one of our girls contest here tonight from senior night at the Dowling Gym. This is Mark Amadale along with Jimmy Cataldo here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
Our blessed Lord considered the three possible forms of church government. The democratic would be one in which a majority vote decides, in which everyone has an entirely different opinion of what is to be. The aristocratic is an appeal not so much to the majority or to the masses, but rather an appeal to an aristocracy, a House of Parliament, a Senate, a Congress, a House of Lords. And the theocratic is one in which God chooses one man as he chose Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Moses, and guides and protects and directs this man. Peter holds the primacy not only of honor, but also of jurisdiction over the church. He is the vicar of Christ. He is the first pontiff. He is the first pope.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale. Jeff Piggott, our studio producer, we're glad to have him in our studios tonight as Dowling leading 40-27. This is the largest lead for the Maroons tonight at 13 points here in the second half over Waukee. And now a steal. Here is Julia Moore down court, and her shot is blocked out of bounds. Bodies hit the floor, and a foul called on Waukee, and we've got a Waukee young lady down as both Julia and her ran right into that padding. And she's still down. So we got an officials timeout here.
Mara Yokil that's down. She ran the transition with Julia Moore and tried to contest her layup and just came down a little bit hard into the padded wall.
Del Lark, the Dowling trainer, along with Waukee's trainer, attending to the young lady. And we're going to take a break with 3:36 remaining here in the third quarter. It's Dowling 40, Waukee 27. We come back. Free throws coming for Julia Moore after the foul on Waukee. Back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Our modern culture is often cut off from nature. We live in a world that is reduced to a universe of concrete, tarmac, steel, and screens. And sometimes we feel like a prisoner in a virtual or fabricated world. Instead of being in contact with nature, with God's creation, we are in danger of being cut off from God Himself. Jesus tells us in the Gospel of Matthew, look at the lilies of the field. One plant or one flower can tell us much more about beauty and God and the care of our loving Creator. So be like St. Francis of Assisi. See the presence of God in His nature. It's amazing how many saints have heard the voice of God gently speaking to them through the beauty of God's creation. See God in His creation. And that is today's Thought of the Day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as free throws coming for Julia Moore as the foul was on Mara Yokil. That's her third. And good news is, Jimmy, she got up and walked up underneath her with her own power. And the second free throw by Moore is good, and that's always good to see. So Moore now with 10 points for the Maroons, but Yokil hit the padding hard, and she just had the wind knocked out of her.
I think it just stunned her a little bit. Nothing, no ligaments, no anything around the ankles or knees, which is a good sign. But just jarred her a little bit, and she looks like she's doing okay on the bench.
Right, Knighty replaces her. Lauren Knighty now Waukee with the ball after Moore's free throw. 41-27 Dowling. Three-pointer was up and no good by the Warriors. Rebound Dowling, and this is Zediker in the front court. Zediker, Moore. Zediker on the baseline. Pull-up jumper good as she went right around her defender, and that was Kirsten Hauk.
Baited her a defender in a little bit. walked over a left, hard cross over to the right, and then took it hard to the basket for a floating right-handed shot.
43-27 Maroons. Now a shot in the lane, no good by Waukee. Rebound Dowling. Maroons increased their lead to 15 points. This is their largest lead of the night. Waukee stays man-to-man. Zediker and Heller play a little two-person game on the right side. Now Heller for three, up good! Everything falling tonight, unlike we saw on Friday or on Tuesday, and another timeout by Waukee. We'll keep it here, Jimmy. It's a 30-second break.
Several things are going into the success the Maroons are having tonight in their shooting. Is you look at just the look in their eyes and in their face. Just everything is business-like tonight for the Maroons. Not a lot of congratulate. They're doing their jobs to the best of their ability, and they're shooting the ball well. Marr and Heller having a heck of a shooting night. 17 points on the night for her. You add the fact tonight is the night that Julia Moore is back into the lineup. She missed the last Waukee game with 10 points. Just a lot of things going in the right direction for the Maroons tonight.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and by Mercy One. And a reminder that you can listen to the Catholic Morning Show weekdays at 7 o'clock with John Leonetti, Monday through Friday. And also remind you that you can follow Iowa Catholic Radio on Twitter, and you can like Iowa Catholic Radio on Facebook. Now to the timeout, Waukee with the ball, and they turn it over. Dowling forces the turnover, and the Maroons get the ball in the front court. Here is Heller again for three in the corner. Good. That is her fourth three here in the third quarter, Jimmy.
When you look at that basket, it looks about as big as the ocean, and you feel like the ball is a ping pong right now.
She has 20 points off the bench, does Heller. Long three by Waukee, no good by Lampy. 49-27. This thing has ballooned to a 22-point lead. It was just 15 points about a minute ago. And now Zediker, she'll launch a three, and it's good. And we did not see that Tuesday night, did we? They are hot.
They're just feeling it. And,
wow.
Just when you have the confidence and the stroke of your shot right now, anything can go in.
Now a shot off the lane, or off the glass, good in the lane by Waukee, and that was Hauk with it. Kirsten Hauk with 7 points. 52-29 Dowling. All right, here's Moore in the lane. Her shot is blocked, but into the hands of Heller. Now to Zediker for three. Good! Maroons can't miss. Zediker lights it up. And for Ava, she is getting close to 16 points now.
And the best thing they could have done is get the student section into the game right now, which they are all fired up in the stands. At least in the student section is filled to the top.
And now Moore picks up a foul. That is her third. That'll be the second team foul in the second half on Dowling. Minute to play here in the third quarter. Dowling 55, Waukee 29 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale joined by Jimmy Cataldo for game one of our senior night games. Now a long three by Waukee is good.
90.
Yeah, that is that's Lauren's, I believe, second three of the night. It is. She had one in the first half, and now Dowling across the timeline, and Heller with the carrying the basketball, a violation there. So turnover back over to Dowling.
Only Dowling's first turnover of the second half. Just 40 seconds to go.
And now a three-pointer up and good, and that's 90 again. That's her 9th point. And it's 55-35. Dowling's lead now down to 20 after ballooning to 24 earlier. Now a little inside pass to Gipple, and her layup is good. And I'll tell you what, the Maroons doing everything right here. And now a steal in the backcourt by Heller. As Waukee inbounds the ball, Heller pull-up jumper for 10 feet, good. 22 points for the freshman, a career high.
She's feeling it inside and outside. Just a five-foot jump shot there, and she's hitting nothing but net right now.
5 seconds left, and this is Lampy. And her shot in the lane doesn't get it to go, and we've come to the end of 3 quarters of play here at the Dowling Gym on senior night, and it's Dowling 59, Waukee 35, along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, as Dowling outscoring Waukee 29-13 in that third quarter, and the Maroons' lead is now 59-35. Dowling has the ball to start the fourth quarter. And Jimmy brought up a point. Dowling did not have Julia Moore the last time these two teams played, and what a spark she's been. But it's the shooting of Heller, as the Maroons now get a shot by Gipple, no good. Now they get it to Heller in the corner for three, and it's good. And I've never seen anybody light up a gym like this in a long time.
I got to tell you, it's very Caitlin Clark-esque.
Thank you.
Is about the only thing we can compare her to is just everything she's putting up right now is going in.
25 points for Heller off the bench. And now Waukee with the basketball. A shot up and no good. Bodies hit the floor. And now Dowling with Heller again for three, and off the back iron, no good. And weak side rebound Moore, and the ball goes out of bounds to Waukee. And this crowd is into it. I mean, it has become electric here. Coach Cataldo, Maroons are going to press here, but can we get a few stats? How was that third quarter for Dowling?
Just incredible. The Maroons are shooting 68% from the field total in the game, 57% from three. Just incredible stats from shooting. Waukee is 38% right now from the field, and they're shooting 31% from threes. Gipple right now has I have Gipple down for 12 rebounds out of 18 total Dowling rebounds.
So Waukee comes down and scores. It's been all nighty here in the second half. Lauren Nighty with the basket, and now whistling a foul on the Warriors as Dowling gets the ball down court. And this foul will be on Nighty. That'll be her first. Team foul number 5 on Waukee as Julia Moore checks out of the Dowling lineup. Heller will inbound it as Ellie Olsen in for the Maroons. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball on the turnover. So it'll be Heller, Tritton, Lauren Frericks, Ellie Olsen, and Zedeker. Ava Zedeker, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. For Waukee, Kirsten Hauk with it. Here's Gentry Williams, guarded by Frericks. Dribble handoff to Lampy. Down the lane, her shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Frericks of Dowling. And a nice move that time by the senior Lampy.
Lampy went hard to her left, and Lauren Frericks is just a step off of stepping in and cutting off the dribble drive. And being late to that dribble drive, she caused a foul.
Dowling 7 of 8 at the free throw line tonight. Waukee, and the free throw is good by Lampy. Waukee now 4 of 9 at the line with that made free throw. Lampy with 7 points. And it's 62-40. Dowling by 22 with 6:15 remaining. Here in the fourth quarter on senior night, they'll be having those ceremonies between games. Now a steal by Waukee. Hauk in the front court. Has it on the left baseline. Leaves it for Lampy for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Olsen. Heller in the front court. She's running the point. They're going to move Zedeker to the corner, which I thought was Heller's spot in the corner. Guess where she had all her threes, Jimmy.
You're going to keep her going to the corner until she missed. She missed the last time, so kind of move her around now.
A three-pointer by Zedeker, no good. Nighty with the rebound. Lauren Nighty, a 5'10 freshman for Waukee. We're going to get used to these names when these two teams meet in the conference the next couple years. There's a lot of underclassmen playing now. Whistling a foul on Dowling, and they're going to get Ellie Olsen for her second foul.
It's only Dowling's 4th team foul of the game. 5 minutes, 30 seconds ago in the fourth. Certainly have a few fouls to give before to put Waukee at the free throw line.
All right, Warriors inbound the ball, and now here is a three-pointer by Hauk. It's good from the right wing.
Well, they're certainly going to try to shoot their way back into this game. Certainly making their fair share of threes here in the second half.
And a 30-second timeout called by Dowling, with the Maroons leading 62-43, and on Kirsten's 10th point of the night. As you mentioned, Jimmy, 5 team fouls now on Waukee, 4 on Dowling. Timeouts remaining. Dowling has 4 and Waukee with 2. This is the Maroons, I think, first 30-second timeout of the night. And I was going to look at that scouting report that Coach Danner happened to share.
I don't think it says anything about
There's something about the color guy we have here.
Marin Heller here on the quarter. But what Dowling's doing is putting Marin into a spot where she feels most comfortable, which has been the three-point corner.
Right.
And even the girls are finding her there now. Now she's missed 1 or 2. Now they're going to move her around a little bit, and so she's not feeling too redundant in the same shot.
So did you see what happened in the last scenario for Dowling? Zediker stayed in that right corner. That's hot. And they made Heller be the point guard. Everybody wants that spot. And now Dowling
it's like a good fishing hole.
That's right. That's right. Or a good place to grow peppers, whatever. Here's Heller. Pull-up jumper from the right elbow, no good. Ball fought for, and I'll tell you what, Olsen was battling Hauk, and those two went at it, and it went out of bounds off of Olsen. And of course, Ellie Olsen, you can see in the next few years, is going to grow into that position where Emma Gipple is. So I'm sure she sees that every day in practice, those tendencies that Emma does. Now a long three, up and good. Hits the back of the rim and dies and falls in. How about that for Hauk?
For Hauk, that's her second three in the last two possessions. Going to shoot her way into this game, and that's what Waukee's doing.
She has 13 points, 62-46. Underneath is Lauren Frericks, and her shot is up and no good, but drawing the foul. And this will be on Gentry Williams, her first. That'll be the 15th foul on Waukee, rather the 16th foul on Waukee. And Frericks to the line. And Lauren tonight, as the first free throw is up and short, has a total of 6 points. Check that, has a total of 3 points. 0 for 3 at the free throw line now.
Certainly the Maroons are struggling at the free throw line tonight. When everything else is going really, really well for them, I'm sure they'll find one blemish, and it's going to be the free throw line.
Well, they're not doing too bad. They're 7 of 8 at the line thus far.
You have that. That is so wrong because I saw, I'm not going to name.
Yeah, Frericks missed two. Frericks missed 2, but then she just went 1 for 2. So that adjusts it.
Julia Moore missed a couple. Come on. You get all over me about the
stats.
You
want to redo? There's a three-pointer up and good.
3.
Lampy for 3. And the lone senior starting to light it up, 63-49, timeout Dowling. Coach Meyer wasn't very happy with how they're attacking the press, and we'll take a break. A 1-minute timeout is called. 4:06 left in the fourth quarter on this Dowling senior night. It's 63-49 Maroons here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why do I have to go to confession?
Whoa, when are you going to take all that garbage out?
I don't have to, but I don't want to go tell the garbage man about this. He's not a fiery furnace to burn away all my garbage. He's just a man. If we let the garbage of sin build up in our souls, life gets pretty disgusting. So it's good that Christ told his apostles, whose sins you forgive are forgiven them, whose sins you retain are retained. That way, Christ's forgiveness of sins won for us on Calvary comes to us even today through the successors of the apostles, Catholic priests. So when we go to confession, we gain the gift of humility by having to speak our sins aloud. Then we receive counsel, and finally, through the mercy of God, we hear the priest say the words that Christ has given him to speak in his name. I absolve you from your sins. Go in peace. And that is pretty cool. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling gym. I do stand corrected. My partner caught me. Dowling is now 8 for 11 at the free throw line. Is that right?
You said 9 of 12. Now it's 8 of 11.
So they had 7, and then 7 for 10. 8 for 11, yeah.
For 11.
Now we got action on the floors. We get our free throws for the Maroons all squared away. Whistling a foul on Waukee, and that'll be on Sorensen. That's her first. 17th foul. So Maroons are going to be shooting 1-and-1. Is this a 2-shot foul or is this a 1-and-1?
1-and-1.
Zediker at the line. All right.
certainly the girl you want at the free throw line. She's been shooting
very,
very strong at from the line, with 78% coming into the game.
17 points now. First free throw is good by Zedeker. Second one on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound. Gipple offensive board. Put back up and good. So Gipple with her 8th point. And Dowling's lead is 66-49. And the Waukee Warriors in the front court. And now Lampe, a long three up and no good. And the rebound, Dowling and Zedeker, and a loose ball foul called on Hauk, and that'll be her 4th. And Zedeker a 1-and-1 the other way.
You certainly look at, we're celebrating senior night. Well, you look at Emma Gipple and what she's done as a senior here for the Maroons. And how do you leave your legacy? She broke the rebounding record, all-time rebounding record for the Maroons against Ankeny. And certainly she's continuing her grit and grinding into the lane and getting her fair share of rebounds, not only defensively but offensively. So she's certainly leaving a huge legacy to show some of these youth in this team and some of the youth in the stands.
Both free throws good by Zedeker. That's her 18th and 19th points. 68-49. Dowling with the lead. 3:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Don't forget the boys' game is next. We'll have senior night ceremonies as going down the lane. A shot off the glass, good by Lampe. And she has her 12th point.
With the Maroons up 17 points with just under 3 minutes to go in the game, certainly it's going to be an opportune time for Coach Marr to get several of these seniors into the game as this time goes down, to give them an opportunity to get on this court with this crowd.
Corner three up and no good by Zedeker, but offensive rebound, Emma Gipple. And she has the ball stripped away out of bounds to be Dowling basketball. Now you did it. You got the principal involved. So, yeah, now I'm in trouble. So great. Thanks. Now underneath, and a shot is good by Gipple as they run the inbounds play for her. That is her 10th point of the night. So good job out of you. Now I got to go to the principal's office. Thanks to you, Mr. Mainring, our football commentator. Boy, did we ever commentate on what you were doing in that booth, the offensive plays you were calling, and I don't know.
At least you couldn't hear me. I kept myself under composed, even as close as we got sometimes.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Hauk just fouled out with 13 points at the 2:17 mark. At least that's what I have her. And she'll be replaced in the lineup by Hannah Toll, another sophomore for Waukee. Nice job by Kirsten Hauk, 5'8" sophomore, fouling out. And she had 13 points, 3 threes tonight. Moore's free throw is good. And that is the 19th foul for Waukee.
Great offensive game for Julia Moore with her 11th point there. Mm-hmm. And she was just possessed throughout the entire first half and brought that same intensity the second half.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound Waukee with 2:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Reminder that we will have senior night introductions and ceremonies between games, so delay the boys' game a little bit. And now underneath, they're going to wipe it out. The shot is wiped out as traveling on the Warriors, and Lampe changed her pivot foot. Here come the seniors. You asked for it, Jim, and you got it. As Olivia Redeker will check in along with senior Grace Kelly. Also in there, Molly Moist. We're also going to see Macy Downing. And Gipple will stay in and play with this group.
You got Grace Kelly, I believe.
Yep,
you mentioned, okay?
I already mentioned her. So we've got him in. Dowling will inbound the ball as Moist will bring it up. 2 minutes to play, and Dowling up 20. Here's Moist down the lane. Looking for help, looking for a backdoor cut. Can't find it. Gets it up top. Here's Moist in the corner. Pull-up jumper off the mark. No good. Rebound, Emma Gipple. And her shot is blocked underneath on her putback. And the rebound comes out to the Waukee Warriors. Minute 35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. There's Hannah Toll with it for Waukee. Top of the key it goes to Gentry Williams. A long three up. And no good. Rebound Dowling and Moist. This is Molly Moist all the way down. Layup up and no good. She drew the foul. We'll go to the free throw line. That'll be the 10th foul on Waukee. And this will be a shooting foul. And Brian Gibson says it's Lydia Smith drawing the foul for the Warriors. And on senior night, Molly Moist, 5'5" senior. Dad and Mom, Brad and Ellen. This is the first free throw in a packed house. How about that to go out in your career? As checking in, Addie Smith, another senior for Dowling. As Gipple will check out, and so will Macy Downing.
Yeah, a really good opportunity to let Gipple come out on her own, let the crowd recognize her for all her efforts that she's done in this program over the last 4 years.
And unfortunately, both free throws no good by Moist. That was her first free throws of the year in a varsity game. The Waukee down the lane, Hannah Toll with the basket. That's her first 2 points of the night coming in. Minute to play. Dowling in the front court. Dribble handoff. This is Olivia Rediker with it. Leaves it for Kelly at the top of the key. Now over to Olivia Spracklin, who checked in. Gets underneath to Addie Smith. Long three by Moist. Up good! This place just erupted. Senior Molly Moist with a three. And they are going nuts in the student body across from us. Long three by Waukee is good. That's 90. That's her fourth of the night.
Well, good for Molly Moist. We've seen some glimpses out of her throughout the year, her ability to shoot the ball. But bringing up the ball hard up the court, get the seniors more involved as this game starts dwindling down.
Now the Maroons called for a traveling violation. Addie Smith, yeah. Addie's going to be a certified scuba diver. Do you know that? She already is. Certified scuba diver.
A lot of hopes and dreams from these seniors as they move on to their next journey.
No question. Now underneath, the shot is up and good by the Warriors. And a foul on Dowling, it'll be on Addie Smith. And free throws coming for Lydia Smith of Waukee. That is her first basket of the night. Free throw coming. 19 seconds remaining, 74-58 Dowling. And free throws no good. Ball poked out of bounds. They say it went off of Waukee.
It's great to look around and see the crowd that up and around the catwalk and into the entryways. 8 deep.
You may have to take the postgame show if I got to check in with the principal. I don't know what you said. Yeah, you may have to take it. I'll get O'Connor up here. He's holding the balloon over there. I'll get him up here. All right, Waukee with the ball, and the final shot is up and no good. And it's in the books. Dowling Catholic, a 74-58 win over Waukee for the second time this year. Dowling won 3 weeks ago up at Waukee, 37-30, but this one had a little bit more high-scoring notation to it, Jimmy. It was 30-22 Dowling at halftime, and the Maroons exploded in the third and fourth quarters to win it 74-58 here at the Dowling Gym.
Just an incredible effort. And we mentioned throughout the night, how would they bounce back from a game that they know they did not play very well against Ankeny, and Coach Marr talked about it at halftime of the boys' game is, we're just going to get back at it. We're going to turn the page, and we're going to figure out what went wrong, and we're going to move forward. And that's what these girls did. They were determined to come out and play their game. They ran the court. They had great transition. They had high percentage shots. But shoot, how can you not notice the shooting by Marion Heller tonight, which was just incredible. She had a stint of 4 or 5 3-point shots in that third, fourth quarter, and just lit this entire gymnasium on fire.
She had 25 points unofficially is what I had Marion for. Well, it might be called freshman night. Heller with 25 and Zediker with 19 to lead Dowling, but Emma Gipple with 10 points, and you probably had her for nearly 30 rebounds. And you usually pad that stat. I've noticed that. And 11 points for Julia Moore, and then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 4 points for Lauren Frericks and 2 points for Ellie Olson. And we'll come back. We're going to tabulate our scoring and our rebounding and our turnovers alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale, and I want to thank Jeff Pickett, our studio producer. And we'll come back with the postgame show of the girls' game. Reminder, the boys' game will be a delayed start. We're having senior night activities for both the Dowling girls and boys teams tonight. So there's about 15 young men and ladies that'll be introduced with their families. And that program's just about ready to get underway. So we'll take a break and come back. You've been listening to Dowling Catholic basketball. And in game one, the girls' game, Dowling a winner, 74-58 over Waukee. The Maroons improved their record to 14-2, ranked 6th in Class 5A, and the Waukee Warriors fall to 9-8 on the season. Back with our postgame show after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, packed house. The Hall of Famer Frank Schweitzer wanted to chat. I couldn't chat with him. We're trying to total up numbers, give you numbers. I don't know if they're right or not. I think what I gave you is correct as we tabulate the score. Final score tonight, folks, in Game 1, the Dowling girls, a 74-58 win over Waukee. So Maroons win both their games this year over the Waukee Warriors in the Central Conference foes in the CIML. And you got your stuff ready? Because I got to go through some free throws here, and
right,
I'll be ready.
Sure.
But go ahead,
yes.
Jimmy.
So unofficial results for the Maroons on a very, very hot shooting night for these girls. Shot 17 of 27 from the field for 62%, which I believe tops their output this season. Went 9 of 20 from the three-point arc, 45%. Had a total of 31 rebounds on the night. I have Emma Gipple down with 15 total rebounds out of the 31. 11 turnovers for the Maroons for a great win. Waukee did not shoot the ball, terribly bad for them. 11 of 24 from the field, 45%. 9 of 25 for 36%. 12 total rebounds. So the Maroons, dominated them on the rebounding end, and I have them down for 10 turnovers.
Okay, as you can tell, I'm still tabulating makes and misses, and I think I've got everything.
Just as you put that together and you look at
figured out here,
what the Maroons did tonight, you got a lot of energy, as we talked about earlier in the night, that the crowd was filling in, the student section showed up, but the energy that the Maroons played off of in a night where they knew they had to bounce back, they knew they had to get back to the way they play the game of basketball. It was just a fun, exciting atmosphere from this vantage point.
Well, it all started, Marin Heller started lighting things up. I mean, she found her spot, right corner baseline, three-pointer, and she knocked down, 5 threes and a pair of twos in that third quarter that broke the game open. Dowling was up like 13, 15 points, and all of a sudden exploded and went over 20. And congratulations to the Maroons. Now we have the numbers. We'll start with the visitors from Waukee. Their record falls to 9-8 under first-year head coach Danny Franklin. And the Warriors were led by, off the bench, Lauren Knighty, the 5'10 freshman with 14 points. She was followed by Christian Houck, the 5'8 sophomore with 13 points. And Lily Lampy, the senior, with 12 points. Those were the three in double figures for the Warriors. And then Mara Yokil, who was shaken up in that collision with the padding behind the basket, finished with 7 points. And I'm not sure she got back in the game after that happened or not, Jimmy. I don't
recall. I think they probably safety measures. They kept her out as the Maroons were starting to expand their lead.
And as you mentioned, it wasn't anything that, no knee, ankle. But I think she got the wind knocked out of her personally, but we'll find out. But she finished with 7 points, 4 points for Emily Sorensen, 3 points for Miranda Peters, and what else? 2 points for Lydia Smith, 2 points for Hannah Toll for Waukee, and finally Gentry Williams, the 5'8 freshman who started, finished with 1 point. And Kirsten Howe, we mentioned with 13 points, second leading scorer tonight, fouled out with 2:17 remaining. So let's look at the Waukee numbers. Again, they went 4 of 9 at the free throw line. For Dowling, I had them 12 of 20 at the free throw line. The Maroons had 4 players in double figures, led by Marin Heller off the bench with 25 points, as she had 6 of those 25 at halftime. So 19 points in the second half for Heller. Ava Zediker, another freshman, with 19 points tonight. 11 points for Julia Moore, and one of the Dowling 8 seniors, Emma Gipple, with 10 points. And rounding out scoring for Dowling, Lauren Frericks, a junior, with 4 points. 3 points for Molly Moist, and 2 points for Ellie Olson. Again, Dowling 12 of 20 at the free throw line in the win tonight, as the Maroons jumped out to a 16-12 first quarter lead. Outscored Waukee 14-10 in the second quarter. Dowling led 30-22 at halftime. Maroons outscore Waukee 29-13 in the third quarter, and Waukee outscoring Dowling in the fourth quarter 23-15 as Maroons win it, as Dowling goes to 14-2 on the year, ranked 6th in Class 5A with the win tonight, Jim.
It gets them back on track, and it sets up for a collision course with number 1 Johnston Monday night. And to help the confidence of this team, you know, when you have an off shooting night, you start questioning yourself, and are you really as good as the stats shows, the record shows? Well, I think the Maroons show tonight that they really are, and you're just going to have nights like they did Tuesday night against Ankeny, but they got themselves back on track. They're leaving tonight with a lot of confidence, but, you know, Coach Danner, Coach Faber, Coach Meyer are going to ground these girls and make them understand, you know, as we continue to forge forward, we're only going to be as good as this next game. And with Johnston on the horizon on Monday night, it's soon to be, and it's going to be just a tremendous game, tremendous atmosphere for a Monday night high school game.
No question. Don't forget, it's back-to-back. It's Monday and Tuesday, as the Maroons have a non-conference game within the CIML. It's Ottumwa coming to town on Tuesday night, and that game could get moved up. There's storm expected Tuesday night into Wednesday. I'm thinking snow, and we could see an early start, but we'll certainly look forward to playing Johnston. We'll see Johnston twice in 11 days because the game we're playing Monday night against Johnston was postponed from earlier this month.
That's right, and so it's you're going to find out really, you know, how do you measure up, and you're getting closer to that playoff postseason time, and the way the Maroons are slotted today in the latest rankings at number 6, and if the rankings hold, that would match them up in a sub-state bracket with Southeast Polk.
Regional. Girls are regional.
Girls regional state with Southeast Polk. Mm-hmm. And if that matchup does hold true, that would be the third time you're playing a Southeast Polk team. So certainly out in front of you, you have a path forward to at least getting into the postseason and a berth downtown to Wells Fargo. All
right, Jimmy. Well, I appreciate you sitting in tonight, keeping the numbers. There's a lot of numbers to keep, and what a third quarter it was. And Dowling girls pull out a win, 74-58 over Waukee, as senior night ceremonies moving on. As the girls were just completed, now they're starting the boys' senior night recognition, and there's quite a few of them.
You give it up to this community, as we talked to Coach Thielking at halftime, is that, you know, the community support from Dowling Catholic is second to none. That regardless of record, is that they come out and celebrate the teams here, and it's just an incredible atmosphere, incredible crowd from this Dowling community to celebrate these seniors.
All right, we're going to take a break. Jimmy, thank you. We'll see you Monday night. It's Dowling and Johnston, number 1 versus number 6 in girls play. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
It'll be awesome.
It's going to be the first time doing that, and I think these Maroon girls will show up.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner for Game 1. And here he is, the one and only Hall of Famer from Grandview, and that is the Steve DeVinny. He will join us for the preview of the boys' game, as they are just complete with pregame ceremonies. I think they want one more picture, and they'll be done. So we'll take a break, and if we can get a 2-minute break here, my buddy Mr. Jeff Piggott, 2-minute break, that would be great, and we will be between games trying to get reset. Again, the final in Game 1, it was the Dowling girls defeating Waukee 74-58. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back and preview the boys' contest. I'm Mark Hamadale along with Jimmy Cataldo. Coming up, the Hall of Famer Steve DeVinny will join me for the boys' contest here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Psalm 1, verse 1 says, "Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers." What does that mean? Don't hang around with bad people? No. According to G.K. Chesterton, it means something much better than that. He says that there are certain people who, because they are really pure, create a good atmosphere around themselves. They are truly children of light, and the light shines on everything they touch. When a righteous person stakes out a clear position, we recognize that it's something solid and vital and eternal. So it's not that hanging around bad people makes us bad, it's that being righteous can help make the people hanging around us righteous too. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
The one who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Hi, this is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. St. Paul's words in 2 Corinthians resonate in a special way for us Iowans, who do our part to sow the seed, knowing in the end exactly who provides the growth. Will you help Iowa Catholic Radio continue to plant the seed of God's Word? Please consider a $30 a month sustaining gift, and tune in to the Spring Carathon starting Monday, February 21st, or donate anytime at iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we get reset for Dowling and Waukee tonight, as we got high school girls and boys basketball on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale alongside the Hall of Famer Steve DeVinny. And Steve, welcome. Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, Mark.
And you're here on senior night. You recognize a few of these young men and young women back in the day when you had them in the Dowling youth. How about that?
Yeah, what a thrill for the kids to come out here on senior night in front of a really, really large home crowd. And it's a little early, it seems like, for senior night. But as you know, there are not a lot of home games, or there are no home games on Friday in February for the Maroons.
Yeah, other than the last Friday in January. Now, some schools started senior nights back in December because they didn't know with COVID if you'd have, and so they started a lot of them early. Yeah. I think this was scheduled anyway, but you're right. Friday nights, I forgot about that. Dowling is on the road. Some of the Friday nights, like next week, Dowling at Urbandale, so you're correct. But welcome. Yeah. We missed you.
Thank you very much.
At the Ankeny Gym. So did some of the fans up there. So where's DeVinny? We had Coach Cataldo. We were sitting on the baseline, and they were asking questions like, "Can I sit in this seat? Can I borrow a pen?" I mean, it was theater at its best, and you were trying to sleep through having your second shot, and I know how that goes. That's not fun.
I had 2 virus vaccine shots,
right?
And this time it was the booster, and I felt fine the day I got it, but the next day I was wiped out with the fever, so I laid low that night. And to your point, no offense, but I was not listening to you. I was sleeping.
I know you were out. You said that, and you should have been.
Yeah.
That stuff will do that to you, especially 24 hours later. Well,
amazing.
Well, we have Dowling and Waukee, and I'm trying to think, were you here for that game? I don't think you were. You were in Florida.
I was out of town.
You were getting that nice tan that you came back with. So it was Coach Cataldo and I that did the game, the boys' game. And it was a game in which Dowling got out to a pretty good lead and played well the first 3 quarters, and all of a sudden Waukee started hitting shots in that 4th quarter, and that's what you have to do. You got to play 4 quarters. That's why they're up there.
Yep.
Maroons did well for 3. And see if tonight in the home and home if the Maroons can get a split during the regular season.
Yeah, no, it's certainly one of the games when you look at in terms of record and all that. Waukee Warriors with the split last year at the end of last season after they won a state championship. Now they're 2 separate schools, Northwest and the original Warriors. And I think I was looking today in preparation for the game tonight. I think the Warrior boys suit just one senior. Mark, it's amazing.
That is correct, yeah.
They split that talent, and lo and behold, so it's a young team. I think that their record, you'll go over some of this later, but I think they're 8-7, and certainly have some talent. But last week the Maroons faced number 3 Northwest early in the week, and then on Saturday went up to Ames High School, number 1 in the state, and so all I'm saying is it's not that team, 8-7.
Right.
It's a good team, but it's a game that if the Maroons play well, I would think that they'd have a good shot at.
Well, of course, Waukee, their head coach, Justin Oles, moved into administration after winning the state title last year as one school. They split into 2 schools. They have 2 new head coaches, and one of them was a Dowling alum, and that's Kevin Kanaski.
Not an alum, but he played
3 years.
Yeah.
His 4th year, his dad got, as a head coach at Drake, he was dismissed, and they moved out to Pennsylvania for Penn State, and that's where he finished high school.
Yeah.
But he was here 3 years and played. I remember doing the games, and Kevin is now the head coach at Waukee before spending 4 years down in Ottumwa being the head coach. Then he was the assistant to Coach Oles and now the head coach here at Waukee. So welcome back to the Dowling Gym, Kevin Kanaski.
Yeah, no, he's listen, there are not tons and tons of guys that are 6'2" who end up playing Division I basketball, but he did at Middle Tennessee State, and he scored his first year. He played all 4 years. They didn't redshirt him back in the day, but he averaged 3 or 4 points a game his first year. But then over the course of the last 3 seasons down there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, he averaged double figures, had 3 or 4 assists per game. And as the son of a basketball coach, he's been in the gym his entire life, and he was a really, really fine college player. I remember watching him on TV a few times, and he could really go. Good shooter, good passer, great IQ. So you would think that he would pass on some of those traits to his high school teams. And he's married to a former Maroon basketball player.
Yes, he
Jessica
is.
Catch from the class of 2005.
Yeah, and he married up. And
he did.
He told me the story how he was introduced. They were introduced, or kind of reintroduced, if you will. And, and so it goes. But he made he didn't make her, but they spent a few years down in Ottumwa, and they overcame that. So how's that? Oh, by the way, Ottumwa was here Tuesday night. So. Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That was one of our next games there, Mr. Deviney.
Hey, we got 3 this week. Do we not coming up? Make-up game Monday?
3 and 5 days, yeah. Dowling and Waukee tonight. And, of course, Monday night will be the makeup with Johnston. Dowling's not played Johnston. They're in the same division, conference rival, and they got to play each other twice. Well, the first meeting will be Monday night. We'll have it on Iowa Catholic Radio. Same time, 6 o'clock pregame. Girls at 6:15. That'll be number 1 Johnston and number 6 Dowling, the girls' game on Monday. And then on Tuesday night, it's Ottumwa on a regular schedule game, and that game could get pushed up. There's some weather coming Tuesday
that's
night.
Right. I forgot about
that. And with
yeah.
Ottumwa having to drive, we may have an early start. We'll see. Right now it's still 6:15 girls game on Tuesday. And then, of course, next Friday, Dowling on the road. The first of all the Friday nights on the road. They'll be at Urbandale, a few blocks from my house. So
good for you.
I don't know if I'm going to host a tailgate party or not.
That's a home game for you. What are you going to do?
Host a tailgate party in my garage. You have to turn the heat on, though. It's pretty cold out, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
got to be careful who you invite, though.
Exactly. Don't let very many people get wind of that.
The guy next to you, I don't know if he's coming. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know.
I heard you guys bicker a little bit on the air as I was driving over here.
We do.
I mean, the Italians can't get along with each
other.
We
never have.
No.
You know better than that. I mean, come on. And then I got a text from Maindring, Mr. Maindring, the principal here. So I told him, I said, you got to take the post game with Reinhardt next to John Reinhardt. And I said, you got to take the post game with Reinhardt. I got called to the principal's office.
Unbelievable.
So that's how it works when you.
When you have Matt Mandrian up in the booth in the fall for the football broadcasts, you got to believe that he's going to call you out during the basketball season too.
Yeah,
he probably just wants his name back on the air. He wants to be mentioned.
Here's the thing: he used to coach. Besides football, he coached girls basketball, and he did both 6-on-6 and 5-on-5.
Wow.
So he's well versed, much like your father-in-law, Mr. Jerry Shartner, who is well versed in. And Scott DeYoung, who we'll see here a week from Tuesday.
Love Scotty. I used to referee just out of college 6-on-6 girls, and I'd have a quarter in my pocket, and I'd have to flip a coin each time. I didn't even know the traveling rules were almost impossible.
That was the Euro step before there were Euro steps, right, Steve? And then after a made basket, you really had to run because you had to get the ball coming out of the net, hustle down, throw it to your partner.
Yep. Two-man crew.
And then run to half court. Not walk, not watch, but run to – I loved it.
Well, you threw the ball to half court to your partner. He put the ball in play. For anybody who's under the age of 40, they don't have any idea what we're talking about.
Right, that's true.
But honestly, that was kind of a fun brand of basketball. I'm glad that they opened it up 5-on-5 and let all the players play on each side of half court. But that was, in its day, there were some fantastic players, and that was fun while it lasted.
It certainly was. Along with Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale, pregame for the boys contest, Dowling and Waukee. If you joined us late, Dowling girls a winner tonight. They improved their record to 14-2 with the win over Waukee, 74-58 in game one. Dowling led by Marin Heller with 25 points, the freshman, along with Ava Zediker with 19. Two freshmen leading the way for the Maroons on senior night.
No, I heard the broadcast on the way over, and I was nice win for the kids. All the seniors got to get in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and I didn't hear you say that the young lady Moist hit a
2-3
a jumper late to get the crowd involved.
Oh yeah,
It
cranked it up.
That's fun.
It is, and you know all about that. You went through that with both your daughters and your son on senior night. Very special night. Was it kind of emotional for our fans, and our listeners that may not have went through that? What do you think?
I suppose, especially for the mothers, And I don't know about the players, the kids themselves. They just wanted to focus on the game and whatnot. But it's a proud moment as a parent. You're fortunate to be able to go through that with your children, and fantastic memories. Just for like these kids tonight are going to have good memories too.
No question. For the Dowling girls seniors, they were recognized: Macy Downing, Julia Friedrich, Emma Gipple, Grace Kelly, Molly Moist, Olivia Redeker, Addie Smith, and Olivia Spracklin. And then the team managers, Lashley Bidding and Abigail Dressen. On the boys' side, Mata Brua, Carson Brown, Quincy Ferguson, Jalen Pettis, and the rest of the boys' seniors were Ben Stewart, his twin brother Charlie Stewart. Ben's older by 45 minutes.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Ben will not play tonight. Ben is hurt. He hurt his elbow dunking the ball in a JV game last night.
What did Coach Neha say? Hairline fracture.
Hairline.
So he's probably, he's questionable, but there's a chance that he might not play the rest of the season.
So Ben and Charlie Stewart, and then Kellen Shimon, who tore his ACL in the final football game of the year, has been a team manager, and he's recovered well with his ACL. He's just to the bench down there. And Jackson Yurgay, all-state golfer. And I bet this coaching staff with Theo King and Nick Wagner, Jimmy Nahas, and O'Hare, I don't know if O'Hare plays golf, I'll bet he gives them plenty of tips in golfing with Yurgay on the bench.
Jackson's older brother, Will, who played on the varsity 2 or 3 years ago, was also a fine golfer. And I didn't realize this, but they have a younger brother, middle school age kid tonight. Okay. I saw him walk through, and I'm sure he's out there at Des Moines Golf with his brothers and his dad and mom.
Carter Yurgay.
Tuning up his game, too.
Yeah, it's younger brother Carter. That's right. So.
My handicap in golf, Mark, is my backswing. It's just not very good.
All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with our starting lineups and preview a little bit more. It's Dowling and Waukee, the boys' contest coming up, along with the Hall of Famer Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Again, the final in the girls' contest, Dowling 74, Waukee 58. Back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
What is the first reflex thought that we find in sacred scripture of God? Not the first description of him creating the world, but the first thought that he has about himself. Open Genesis and you will find it. Let us make man. Think of it. As if God could not exist without man. God does not need man to complete himself, to fulfill a need. But he needs man as a kind of a gift. He must have someone to whom he can show his love. The first monologue that we touch in sacred scripture is the monologue of God thinking about man? What are the first dialogues in Scripture? The first question in Scripture is God saying to man, Adam, where art thou?
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we're getting set for the boys contest. Dowling and Waukee tonight. Friday night high school girls and boys basketball. Dowling girls a winner in game one, 74-58 over Waukee. And I'll start game two. And Steve, I know you weren't there when these two teams met at the Waukee Fieldhouse, but you know it was a tight contest. Waukee won 52-47, but they really turned it on in that fourth quarter to break away from a Dowling had a lead. And one young man who kind of stood out was Mason Costello. He starts at guard. He wears number 1, but he had a pretty good floor game, and he was just the nail that, you know, he was the guy that you didn't really account for in the Dowling scouting report, and he made him pay. You know, Vance Pfeiffer and Cade Littlefield, you recognize their last names. They were part of that state championship team with Waukee last year, and Justin Olds. They got some minutes, but Mason Costello, a sophomore, really was a thorn in Dowling's side, and they're going to have to count for him tonight.
Yeah, well, they have that the tape from that game. They have the experience of having faced them, and any given night, he was hot that game, but I would guess it might be somebody else for them tonight or somebody in addition to him. Every game takes on a different personality, but hey, listen, they're going to be aware of where he is tonight for sure.
And he was just introduced by Daniel Grady. Mason Costello at one guard for Waukee, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging 9.5 points. Leads the team with 16 steals. He'll wear number 1. Cooper Randall wears number 4. He's a 6'1 junior and one of the co-captains at the other guard. And then at point guard is Keyshawn Moore, a 6' sophomore, wearing number 24, averaging 6 points a game. And the fourth guard is Cade Littlefield. Littlefield, a 6'1 junior, leading scorer, averaging 11 points. Leads the team with 27 made threes and assists with 2. And he'll wear number 33. And the center is Vance Pfeiffer. He was the sixth man of the team last year that won state. Pfeiffer, a 6'7 junior, averaging 11 points. He and Littlefield lead the team in scoring. And Pfeiffer leads the team in rebounding and block shots. He'll wear number 25. So it'll be Costello, Randall, Littlefield, and Moore, the 4 guards, along with Pfeiffer at center for Waukee, who comes in with the record of 8-7. They're unranked, just like Dowling. They average 56 points on offense, give up 57 points on defense. Kevin Kanaski in his first year as head coach. And he's assisted by his younger brother Kyle Kanaski and Austin Walker. Now for Dowling Catholic on senior night. The Maroons will start this lineup at one guard, Carson Brown, a 6'2 senior. The other guard is Quincy Ferguson. These are all seniors for the Maroons at 5'9 senior. At one forward, Charlie Stewart, a 6'3 senior for Dowling. And then the 2 post players will be Jalen Pettis and Mata Brua, both seniors. So that's the 5 seniors for Dowling. The 6th senior for the Maroons is injured. Ben Stewart, hairline fracture in his left elbow in the JV game last night, was scheduled to start, and he will not start tonight, but he will lend support on the bench. Dowling coached by Clay Thielking in his first year, 4 wins, 9 losses, assisted by Jimmy Nahas, Nick Wagner, and Kevin O'Hare. Maroons average 57 points in offense, give up 56 points on defense, and they bring a 4-9 record. As we're about set for tip-off, we'll see our officials. Brian Gibson is our lead official, along with T.J. Augustine and Mark Vandehar. And Coach DeVinny, your thoughts getting Ankeny or getting Waukee tonight after the loss to Ankeny on Tuesday?
Yeah, Maroons for once this season, they have a 6'7" post player, but Maroons won't have a disadvantage in the paint. And like most of the time, Mark, almost any night, Maroons are going to have to shoot it well.
Well, he just committed the first foul as Pettis commits the foul. Now Drew Marr will come off the bench for Dowling. Drew's a junior, and he will be off the bench here probably in the next few minutes. Now off a ball screen, here's Costello, works inside, layup good by Vance Pfeiffer. That's a nice 1-2 punch there between Costello and Pfeiffer gets the basket.
Little screen and roll there, and the weak side help was a little late coming for the Maroons. at 6'7", he was able to put it up on the glass.
He certainly was. Now Dowling with the basketball in the front court. They lob it inside to Pettis from Carson Brown, and now Jalen gets it over to Quincy Ferguson on the baseline. Underneath to Stewart. His shot is blocked. Ball loose on the floor, and Waukee comes away with it, and that is Cade Littlefield with it. Warriors in the front court. Here's a long three by Costello. No good. It's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Waukee. Or no, check that to Dowling. No, loose ball foul called on Waukee. Excuse me. All right.
Yeah. I thought the ball did go off of Dowling, but to your point, they called a foul.
So that's the first foul of the ball game. It's on Vance Pfeiffer, his first.
Well, that's big because he's sort of their only big man.
Yeah.
Coach Kanaski's wondering what the call was.
And he's asking the official that didn't make the call. That guy's on the other side. Now a long three by Ferguson, up and off the mark, no good. Rebound Waukee and Cooper Randall. So it's Costello, Randall, Keyshawn Moore, and Cade Littlefield. 4-guard lineup with the post players you mentioned, Steve. Vance Pfeiffer at 6'7". One senior on the team, that's Michael Wink. He was part of that team last year, but on the bench he had a knee injury. Now Waukee all the way down the lane, shot up and good. Uncontested layup by Cade Littlefield.
Yeah, no help came. Both teams are man-to-man so far tonight, and looks like Drew Morrow, the junior, is getting ready to check in.
Next dead ball, Drew will check in, and now is Dowling going with both post players with Matabrua and Pettis, and now a long three in the corner, no good by Matabrua. Left corner rims out. Rebound Waukee. 4-0 Warriors. As we were at the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. And now we're going to tie up as Cooper Randall tried to take the ball to the hole, and he was tied up. Nice defense that time by the Maroons.
Charlie got his hands in, tied him up. Nice play near the baseline. Looks like Drew Marr will check in for Matabrua. And then Maroons are back to more of a normal lineup because they started with two post players in essence.
Jalen Pettis had come off the bench, I think the first 10 games of the year, and now Matabrua. And Matabrua had started all those. Now Mata's coming off the bench. Here's Ferguson in the lane. Quincy jump stop. He travels with the basketball. And a turnover against Dowling. And Waukee with the ball. Waukee in their road black uniforms, white numbers. Waukee girls came over the same uniform, but they had the purple numbers with the white trim. This is just all white, and now whistle and a foul before the shot on Quincy Ferguson of Dowling as he got tangled with Keyshawn Moore. So Quincy with the foul, that's his first. Second team foul on the Maroons.
Coaches implore their kids, please move your feet, don't reach. And that time Quincy got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
And, of course, at the varsity level, Steve, these games get broken down so much. Good hustle there. The defender, Carson Brown, tried to keep Costello. I was wondering who's going to be guarding him, and Costello, guarded by Carson Brown, Dowling's best defender and athlete.
Carson usually gets the toughest matchup, and as you say, he should.
Waukee with the ball. They dump it inside to Pfeiffer. He spins, whirls, shot off the glass, good with the left hand. Beautiful move by Vance Pfeiffer, and it's 6-0 Waukee.
Yeah, when he gets that close, when he gets down on the block like that, it's going to be difficult to contain him.
He's got good feet and good feet movement. Now here's Drew Morrow. Pull-up jumper in the lane. His shot up and off the back iron, rolls off. Rebound Warriors and Keyshawn Moore.
Tough start for the Maroons.
Yes, it is. Costello in the lane. Kicks it out to Moore. Keyshawn a head fake and gets it back to Costello. Guarded by Quincy Ferguson. Now a long three up, and it's short by Cade Littlefield. And the rebound Dowling. Carson Brown pushing the envelope. Down court to Morrow. Drew on the baseline. Shot up and good. The basket will count. And a foul on Waukee. Beautiful play that time. Led by Carson Brown.
Yep. Dribble penetration. Drew the defense. Was able to drop it off to Drew Morrow, who is looking for the traditional three-point play. He scores most of his threes from the perimeter, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Free throw good. He does hit the traditional three-point play. And 3.5 minutes into the first quarter, Dowling scores. It's 6-3.
That's a big basket, yep.
6-3 Waukee. Warriors in the front court. Here's Pfeiffer beyond the three-point arc. Dribble handoff to Costello to back to Pfeiffer. A little two-man game up and good. Just inside the three-point line, top of the key, Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Pick and pop, they call that. And the big man shows that he can shoot it from outside a little bit. Pfeiffer with 6 points. Waukee lead 8-3. Here's Morrow for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound Pfeiffer. As he was battling Jalen Pettis for the board. And now here is Moore in the lane. His shot up and good in a timeout. I think it'll be called by Dowling here. As Keyshawn Moore shoots and scores. That is his first 2 points. This will be a 30-second timeout. And the Waukee Warriors leading 10-3 over Dowling. A 7-point lead with 3:48 remaining here in the first quarter from the Dowling gym. Packed gym tonight with senior night activities between games here, Mr. Hall of Famer Steve DeVinny.
Yeah, no, it sure is a nice crowd. And Maroons so far tonight are struggling a little bit, trying to figure out the half-court offense that Waukee is using. Lots of screens, lots of rolls. Your big man is 3 for 3 from the field, I think, so far. How many points does he have?
6.
Oh, no, 3 for 3.
Yep. Yeah,
and
we're talking about Pfeiffer.
Yep, hasn't missed. So
co-leading scorer, he and Littlefield average 11 points each. Pfeiffer averages 7 rebounds, leads the team, and 15 blocks leads the team. So I like his footwork, Steve, when he's around the. Makes no difference on the left block, right block, top of the key. He's got the game.
Yeah, he's a junior. He looked real good tonight with his footwork.
And he didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year on the state title team for Waukee. Came off the bench, but got a lot of JV time.
Yeah.
All right, here's Dowling with the ball. Here's Stewart with it, and he loses it. Stolen away by Waukee.
A little bit of a zone defense there.
Yeah, I saw that. And taking it down is Cade Littlefield for the basket. His 4th point. It's 12-3 Waukee.
Switching it up. Switching those defenses.
Yep, that is a trait of head coach Kevin Kanaski. 4 years the head coach at Ottumwa. He was assistant at Waukee for several years, and now the head coach. Now corner 3 good by Carson Brown. He gets loose in the right corner. So Carson with his first 3, and it's 12-6 Waukee.
Maroons, they stay in the man-to-man.
Caden Ivory now in the lineup for the Warriors. Caden is a 6'3 junior. Didn't play the first time Dowling played him. Now foul called on Dowling, and this will be on Carson Brown as first.
Yeah.
Caden Ivory brings that athleticism off the bench for Coach Kanaski and Waukee, and he'll throw the ball in here, Steve.
Maroons, Davis Scheck just checked in, as did Joey Capola.
Now he's been the instant offense for the Maroons, Davis Scheck.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll continue. Waukee with the ball. They dribble a handoff with the 3 guards. There's Pfeiffer with it, going against Pettis. Double team. Picks up his dribble and leaves it for Littlefield. Littlefield guarded by Drew Morrow. Turnaround shot up and missed. Partially blocked by Morrow. Rebound.
Very good defense.
Rebound Joey Capola, who's in there for the Maroons. As Dowling goes back to their bench. Capola with it. Has a ball stolen away by Ivory. Caden Ivory, and now the ball loose on the floor. Stolen away by Dowling. 3-on-2 in the lane is Capola. His shot up and no good. And a whistle and a foul.
What a flurry of activity.
On Waukee, and that gets Coach Kanaski up. And the foul will be on number 25, Vance Pfeiffer. That is his 2nd.
Yeah.
And now substitution, Cooper Randall back into the Waukee lineup. He'll replace Littlefield, who'll go out. And Pfeiffer's out there with 2 fouls.
Fantastic. That's gonna be a tough decision now for Coach Kanaski.
Capola at the free throw line.
2 shots,
he gets
right?
2, yeah.
Yeah.
Missed the first.
They tried to get a rebound. Capola.
So the Warriors now will get regrouped. Pfeiffer does come out.
They'll have to go a little bit shorter now, Mark.
This is a 5-guard lineup now, Steve.
Yeah.
They started 4 guards and Pfeiffer at the post. He's out. And the second free throw by Capola is good. Joey, a 63% free throw shooter, has his first point tonight. 12-7. Waukee by 5 here in the boys contest after the Dowling girls a winner tonight, 74-58 over Waukee in game 1 on senior night. A long 3 by Randall, up good. A foot or 2 beyond the 3-point arc. Cooper Randall, wow. Our shooters. 25th 3 of the year for him. Here's Morrow as Dowling trails 15-7. Morrow dribbles baseline from the right wing, and he draws the foul. It'll be on Davis, or it'll be on Caden Ivory, his first.
So far tonight, Mark, not only are the Warriors shooting the ball well, but they're playing some really, really tough, aggressive man-to-man defense, too.
Jaden Rogers in there for Waukee, 6'4" sophomore. He's on Carson Brown. Here's Pettis underneath. His shot up. No good. Straight up goes the defender, Cooper Randall. Rebound, Waukee. They don't come down court. Layup is good in transition by the Warriors, and that's Deion Jenkins.
In transitions, right. They beat the Maroons down the court, and now they're back to a little 1-2-2 or a 3-2 trapping half-court
10-point lead for Waukee underneath Pettis. Kicks it out to Carson Brown for three. Up, good. Carson's second three of the night. He's got 6 points. Cuts the lead to 7. 17-10, Waukee over Dowling.
Ball reversal there. They got the ball into the paint and reversed it weak side. Carson knocked it down.
Yes, he did. Jumped the lane. Ivory with it for Waukee. Over to Jenkins. Back to Caden Ivory. Down the lane. Gets in the corner. And this is Costello off the glass. His shot is no good. He had the hot end against Dowling in game 1 earlier this month. Rebound, Dowling. Here's Morrow in the front court to Carson Brown. Carson spins in the lane. His shot blocked. Blocked out of bounds by Cooper Randall, but into the hands of Dowling. Pettis off the glass. His shot up and no good. Jalen's got the shot, but he can't get it to fall. Rebound, Waukee and Rogers.
Heavily contested, but good look at it.
And they're starting to go in the post with Pfeiffer on the bench with 2 fouls.
Good point, Mark.
All right, here is Waukee. Dribble handoff to Jaden Rogers, and a timeout called by Coach Kanaski and the Waukee Warriors, and this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Coach is trying to get a little special, a special called play here before the end of the first quarter.
Well, these coaches got 30 of them. They got to use them once in a while.
Thank
they
you.
Kind of space them out.
Well, in addition to all the television timeouts here,
yes,
right? Oh, no, this isn't college.
17-10 is our score. Waukee leading the Dowling boys by 7. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter alongside Steve DeVinny and Mark Amadale. Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization in Skevingtons, are proud supporters of our coverage of high school girls and boys basketball in our 45th year here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll be joined at halftime by Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls head coach, following their win tonight, 74-58 over Waukee. Dowling girls now 14-2 on the season. Waukee falls to 9-8. Maroons were led by a pair of freshmen. Aaron Heller with 25 points and Ava Zedeker with 19 points on senior night.
That's a big number for those two rookies, isn't it? 44 total points.
No question, yes. All right, here's Waukee. Final 15 seconds of the first quarter. Let's see what kind of a special they have called here by Coach Kanaski, Steve.
Little staggered screen, but the Maroons switched it.
And it's Cooper
switching it again.
Cooper Randall with it. This is Rogers with it. Backdoor cut to Costello. He has it stolen away by Charlie Stewart. Half-court shot at the horn. Bounces off the glass and just over the rim. No good.
Good defensive stand there by the Maroons.
And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Waukee 17, Dowling Catholic 10, along with Steve DeVinny. And our studio producer, Jeff Piggott. I'm Mark Amadale here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Life goes a lot better, less stress, less anxiety, when we realize that today you and I are not on a lonely journey, all alone, all by ourselves on a long road. No, our loving Father never takes His eyes off of you or me. He's holding you and me by the hand along that path that He's marked out for us. How do I hold on? Jesus tells us in Luke, pray always, pray without ceasing. We can all do that. Simply whisper a simple prayer like, Lord, help me, or thank you, God. A short prayer like that has you holding on to His hands. With that short, spontaneous prayer, we are reaching out to grasp God, or God at the same time is reaching out to grasp us. And that's today's thought of the day.
And we're here at the Dowling Gym. Welcome back to Friday Night Girls and Boys Basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Dowling and Waukee, and now Waukee, a beautiful give and go, and getting the basket is Owen Schipper off the bench. That's his first 2 points of the night. Nice pass that time by Cade Littlefield, who's back in the lineup for Waukee. And it's 19-10 Warriors. Underneath Drew Marl, his shot up in the land of the Giants is no good. And offensive rebound, Mata Brua, his put back up, no good. Rebound, Waukee. Dowling did get an offensive rebound, but couldn't convert. And it's the Warriors in the front court. This is Cooper Randall. Gets it over in the corner, left wing. Waukee going left to right towards the north basket here at Dowling, and now we got a foul away from the action.
Is that Quincy might be his second?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Quincy Ferguson picks up the foul. Brian Gibson leads the crew of officials tonight. TJ Augustine and Mark Vandehar round out our officiating crew. They were here during the girls' game. Packed house here tonight.
Quincy will check out Capola back in for him.
All right, so Joey Capola re-enters the lineup. We'll get the Dowling lineup here. It's Carson Brown. Oh, Carson almost jumped the passing lane there. It's Capola, Carson Brown, and Drew Morrow, along with Mata Brua.
Almost a few flex cuts in there by the Waukee Warriors.
And Charlie Stewart. Like this motion offense by Kanaska. Now an offensive foul called.
Great defense by Capola.
And that's on the point guard, Keyshawn Moore, picking it up. Moore, 6-foot sophomore.
Joey beat him to the spot and knocked him down. Real nice defense.
Tonight's game at Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. And the Maroons, are known to when they come up with a good defensive play, they got to convert on the offensive side. That's been tough to do.
Yep.
And Waukee has played well. Here's Brown for three. It's no good. And a loose ball foul. That'll be called on Mason Costello.
Yeah, shoving the back on Charlie.
Charlie going to the glass. Dowling will retain possession. That'll be the 16th foul on Waukee, 4 on Dowling, with 6:20 left here in the second quarter. And Waukee by 9. They inbound the ball to Carson Brown, and it's knocked away by Costello. So the Warriors will inbound it, or rather Dowling will inbound it again. Let's see what the Warriors do. Capola throws it in, gets to Mata Brua. Mata dribbling the lane, leaves it for Capola for three. Good. Joey Capola from the right wing shoots and scores his 5th three of the year.
Starting to get a little bit more confidence from the perimeter, Joey is, with more game experience,
Yep,
Mark.
19-13, Waukee by 6 with 6 minutes left. Long three up and good, top of the key by Cooper Randall.
That is a deep three.
Wow. That's nearly where the volleyball line is.
That was a deep three.
Which is right before half court in the progression of the floor. 22-13, Waukee by 9. Carson Brown for three. Good. Right in front of the Waukee bench. Carson with his 9th point and 3 threes.
Yeah, Carson is feeling it a little bit out from the perimeter tonight, too.
And now down court, a layup up and good off the glass by Keyshawn Moore. Got it to fall, and the foul on Dowling.
I don't know about that, Mark.
And it'll be on Capola.
Not sure about that one. Coach isn't sure either. Straight up.
So Keyshawn Moore with his 4th point. A chance for and one here. And first attempt by Waukee to shoot free throws. And the free throw up and off the back iron and falls through. Gets the Steve DeVinny roll. 5 points for Moore.
Now you see some full court pressure.
Yeah, man-to-man by Waukee. And Capola dribbles in the front court as Cooper Randall applied pressure underneath Charlie Stewart. Nearly lost it. Gets over to Carson Brown for three. Up and in and out and in. Carson Brown gets the roll. Kind of stayed between the cylinder. Tried to pop out, but didn't. And yes, it is his 4th three of the night. He's got 12 points.
Big time start from the field.
Now Waukee underneath. We got a jump ball called. As Moore tied up in the lane by Capola.
Outstanding individual on-ball defense by Joey Capola. Avoided the foul and had ball contact to force the held ball.
Now they're going to.
They might have got the arrow wrong.
They did. It'll be Dowling basketball.
Yep. At the quarter, they didn't change it back. It looks like.
Yep.
Good break. Good break for the Maroons.
Coach Kanaska, like a typical coach, knows it, but didn't really want to give in. It'll be Dowling basketball on the held ball. But
why would you ever tell your mother you took candy from the candy jar? I mean,
good point. Didn't do that many times. Anyway, Dowling ball, trailing by 6, 25-19. Waukee. Mata Brua in the lane, left-handed shot up, no good. And a rebound out to Waukee.
Good take there, just couldn't quite finish it.
That's Costello. Now a long three up, no good, and a foul on Dowling. Cooper Randall will go to the line for three.
Yep.
And Drew Morrow fouled him beyond the arc.
You want to get your hand up, but sort of one of the 10 commandments is don't foul that three-point shooter.
Yeah. Especially Randall is one of the team leaders. He's got 2 threes tonight. He's got 26 for the year, and he'll get 3 free throws in this scenario with 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second quarter. First free throw, no good. Dowling and Waukee. Waukee leading by 6. Alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadeo, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and our fine folks at Dental Associates support our broadcast. Second free throw, no good. Randall. A 66% free throw shooter, having trouble.
We're looking for the hat trick here, Mark. No, be a good break for the Maroons after that foul.
Third free throw coming by Randall, and it's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He's got 7 points. 26-19 Waukee. Dowling across the timeline. Maroons in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. They go right to left in front of us as we sit behind the scorer's table.
2-3 zone again here by Waukee.
And now Morrow for 3, top of the key. It rims out, no good. Brewer with the offensive glass. It's put back up and short. Gets his own rebound again. Leaves it for Carson Brown. Ball loose on the floor, and Waukee comes away with it with Caden Ivory. Outlet pass goes to Randall. Top of the key to Rogers for 3, good. Jaden Rogers, the 6'4 sophomore, throws it down.
Yep, got to get a hand up right there. Force him off that line, make him be a penetrator.
Waukee's lead to 10 again. 29-19, corner 3 by Dowling, no good by Capola. And the rebound out to Deion Jenkins. Here's Waukee in transition. This is Costello. Looking for Jenkins, backdoor cut, layup with the right hand, no good. A rebound, Matabrua.
They do an excellent job, Waukee does, of back cutting in their offense.
Here's Morrow with it, and a charging foul on Morrow as he tried to go baseline, and a good job that time defensively. It's Caden Ivory drawing the charge.
Is
that's
that
Morrow's second.
Yeah. Sort of here we go again.
Yeah.
Forcing something that wasn't there, but then some of the leading scorers for the Maroons back in foul trouble, which we've seen a little bit lately. Kind of a trend here.
29-19.
Every time they get close, Waukee converts and pulls away a little bit.
10-point lead for the Warriors. Here's Randall off a ball string, and his shot up and good right in front of the Dowling bench. And Randall with his third 3 of the night, and he's got 10 points and a timeout. This will be a full timeout. We'll take one with him with 3:18 remaining. Here in the second quarter, Waukee 32, Dowling 19 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Senior night here at the Dowling Gym. We had the ceremonies between games and to come out of the timeout. Dowling with the ball. Waukee in a 2-3 zone, and now a scramble for the ball, and we got a tie-up. And a timeout, Waukee. They saved the possession, and we'll keep it here with 3:05 left in the first half. 32-19. Waukee leading Dowling. Steve?
Yeah. Sometimes you hear coaches on post-game press conference talk about the 50-50 balls and the rebounds. And, in addition to the Waukee Warriors shooting lights out so far tonight, they are getting a lot of those loose balls, and their help defense has been tremendous. One of the problems for the Maroons from time to time this year has just been lack of taking care of the basketball. We're seeing that a little bit again tonight, but give Waukee credit so far. Maroons aren't out of it. They just got to get a few stops and make some conversions themselves.
Yeah, this is kind of the opposite of what happened at Waukee several weeks ago. Maroons were up, and then Waukee had rally in the fourth quarter. Now a long three out of the timeout, no good by the Warriors. Jaden Rogers. Rebound Dowling. The Maroons get it down court, and a pass to Pettis in the right block, and his shot is good.
Excellent assist there by Charlie Stewart.
Pettis with his first basket.
Carson Brown with a three-quarter court pass to get it started in the first place.
32-21. Waukee by 11. Their largest lead was 13. Long three up and no good. That was by Jaden Rogers.
That helps, Mark, if the opponent misses a few shots.
Here is Carson Brown with it. Leaves it for Coppola for three. Up, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Charlie Stewart. And he has a ball slapped away. Taken away by Littlefield, and the ball tipped away and out of bounds off Waukee in the transition. Littlefield had it. Tried to hit his teammate, Deion Jenkins, and it's tipped out of bounds by Waukee as Mason Costello returns to the Waukee lineup, replacing Cooper Randall. 32-21, Waukee by 11 with 2:10 remaining here in the half. For Dowling, it'll be Davis Sheck, who's just checked in. He has the basketball, and Waukee staying in that look like 3-2 zone here.
Yeah, they've changed that look from 3-2 to 2-3 to a little bit of man.
And now
Maroons turn it over again.
Charlie Stewart with it. One too many dribbles, lost it, and stolen away. And now the Warriors in the front court, right in front of the Dowling bench here. This is Costello with it. Leaves it for Caden Ivory. Ivory looking for a cutter, couldn't find Littlefield. Now leaves it for Rogers. Now pull-up jumper left elbow, no good by Mason Costello. Rebound Dowling and Carson Brown. Carson in the front court. Leaves it for Sheck for three. It's no good. Rebound Waukee and Jaden Rogers.
Maroons are trying to push it.
Yep.
Get something set up there before Waukee can set their defense up.
So it's Sheck in there for Dowling along with Coppola. Carson Brown, those are the three guards. With Jalen Pettis and Charlie Stewart in the post. Waukee with the ball on the perimeter. This is Littlefield with it. Gets the left elbow. Gets it over to Costello. Right wing, three-point line extended. Dowling in man-to-man here, Steve. I don't know if they're switching on the cuts or not. We got traveling on Waukee, and that'll be on Rogers. Turnover against the Warriors. As Drew Morrow will check in with 45 seconds remaining in the
offensive,
in the half.
Defensive.
Yep.
Drew has 2 fouls, but bringing him back in for a possible outside open look.
You know, a guy who's logged a lot of minutes, Carson Brown.
Yeah.
He
I'm not sure he's been out tonight, has he?
No, he is. Now a little trap by Waukee, but Maroons get through it. Here's Sheck for three, right corner. Good. Davis Sheck off the bench with his first three of the night.
Opportunity created by dribble penetration from the sophomore Coppola and the kick.
8-point lead now for Waukee with 20 seconds remaining. Warriors did lead by 13, and now a near steal by Sheck. And he's got it. This is Coppola, rather. Down court, layup, no good. Tip by Pettis, no good. And how about that? Following it up is Davis Sheck, the smallest kid on the floor. He tips it in and he draws the foul. Basket will count, and free throws coming for Davis Sheck.
Gee whiz.
What a flurry there, Mr. Devaney.
Well, turn of events. A three-point basket.
And the foul's on Costello. His go ahead.
In the corner by Sheck. And then they were playing for one last shot, the Warriors were, and they turned it over with a travel call.
And free throw no good. Rebound Waukee.
And then a steal and another conversion.
Yeah, that's true. Keyshawn Moore with it. 7 seconds remaining. They leave it for Pfeiffer. They bring him in, and now whistling a foul on Pettis. And that's
too bad.
That's a second foul on Jalen.
Because that's 2.4 seconds in the half.
And that'll be the 7th foul on a 1-and-1 coming. And you see what Coach Kanaski did. He put Pfeiffer in, who's been on the bench with 2 fouls most of the first half.
Yep.
And he'll be at the free throw line now.
Did the same thing that Coach Steelking did by putting Morrow back in, right?
Yep. And the good news is, for Dowling fans, 68% free throw shooter. A little bit better than you in high school.
Unfortunately, made the front end.
Free throw good.
Made the front end.
Pfeiffer with 7 points and 2 fouls. 33-26, Waukee by 7.
Maroons were down by 11 there and cut it to 6.
They were down by 13 and cut it to 6 at one point. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Carson Brown. 2 seconds. Carson, three-quarter shot up and no good. And we've come to halftime here at the
Dowling Catholic Gym on senior night, and it's Waukee 33, Dowling 26 here in the boys contest. Girls game earlier tonight, won by the 6th-ranked Maroons. They defeated Waukee 74-58. As Dowling's girls record now 14-2, Waukee falls to 9-8. We'll take a break, come back with the head coach of the Dowling girls, Kristen Marr, on senior night. Again, our halftime score, it's Waukee 33, Dowling 26, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. My brother doesn't want to get confirmed. Is it okay for my parents to make him anyway? Would your parents make your brother get married or be ordained a priest if he didn't want to? I doubt it. But confirmation is just as big a deal. It's not just graduating from religious education classes. It's making a commitment to follow Christ and remain faithful to Him and His church. How do you think God would feel if someone walked up to the bishop to be confirmed but had no intention of keeping the commitment to God that confirmation implies? Probably about as good as someone who just found out their spouse was lying when he or she was saying their wedding vows. And if someone doesn't want to be confirmed, then it's not a good idea to force them into a situation where they would be lying to God. But that doesn't mean we're powerless. Prayer will move mountains. Just have faith and trust in God. He won't let you down. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym on senior night. It's Dowling trailing Waukee in the boys contest 33-26 alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale, joined now by Kristen Meyer and a young lady who led all scorers, and that was Marin Heller. And Coach Meyer, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win. And okay, Steve. And congratulations on the win, Coach. And what a night it was, senior night, and everything fell into place. I know a much better performance all around for your club after Tuesday night.
Tuesday, wasn't it? Especially on the scoring side of things.
Oh, my goodness. I've never seen a team held to one. Well, I can't say that. I've seen a team shut out before. But 1 point in the fourth quarter. Let's talk about practice after Tuesday night's loss at Ankeny. How'd the kids get back on the horse? Because that's what you have to do. You got to put it all behind you and move forward.
Yeah, that's just kind of what we talked about. We said, sometimes you get one bad quarter, and you usually have one of those this season, and we're glad it's out of the way. And Wednesday we lifted and then had a quick team meeting and then just came out and did some competitive drills. Girls got after it. Yesterday was kind of a normal day before a game practice. Some shooting, some one-on-one stuff. Went up and down a little bit and then did our pregame scouting stuff. So it was good. Just get back in the routine. And like we told the girls, one bad quarter, not the end of the world. We're not freaking out or anything. Just get to the next game and compete. And did they ever tonight?
Well, the dynamic duo really came to compete tonight. One of the dynamic duo comes off the bench. Marin Heller, congratulations, young lady. 25 points. That's got to be a career high because your career has just been what? That was your 16th game, right?
Yeah.
So congratulations, Marin. You were feeling it. Talk about getting in the flow of the game after having to come off the bench. Our listeners probably don't understand. When you start, it's one thing. When you come off the bench, you've had a chance to kind of watch things play out and what the coaches are doing and what the team, your opponent's doing. You were feeling it.
Yeah, I just give props to my teammates for finding me and getting me open and, just catching and shooting. And they fell tonight, but my teammates did a great job of finding me and getting me the ball.
You had a certain spot you liked, it looked like, and they knew where you were. What I found when you made quite a few in that third quarter, and that was a hot quarter, by the way, others wanted to be in that spot. And you should just say, no, that's my spot tonight. You go find somewhere else on the floor.
Yeah.
And Marin, that was a tremendous spot. It was the right corner, right in front of the Dowling bench. And pretty good crowd.
Yep.
What a way to perform. And defensively, you guys played very well. I know Ankeny was frustrating. Coach talked about that. But you guys got right back on the horse tonight, you and Ava. The dynamic duo at the guard court. You guys were kind of playing off each other, and Emma had her game inside.
Yeah, it was a fun team win for us. We played some great great D and some great offense, moving the ball, and just bouncing back from that Ankeny loss we had. Getting into our offense more, moving the ball, and attacking the hoop strongly more. Getting to the hoop and getting to the free throw line to get her stroke down.
Are you ready for Johnston on Monday night?
It'll be fun. I'm excited to go against them.
I can't wait to see this challenge here, Coach, playing Johnston Monday night with this group.
Well, I don't think we'll be trying to have a game in the 70s with Johnston. But if we hit shots like we did tonight, we'll have to defend a little bit better. But they're a great team, and it'll be fun just to come out and play some good competition, kind of size ourselves up against, the best team in the state, or at least the number 1 ranked team.
Last time you played Waukee at their place, early this month, 7-point game, and it was kind of...
And it was 37-30.
Yeah, it was kind of the pace we had at Ankeny on Tuesday night, and I got thinking, no, they're not going to do that twice in a row. Kind of started out that way, but then both teams started hitting shots. And talk about the flow as you saw it with the kids, how they got into the game. What did you think?
Well, a big difference was Julia Moore wasn't at our first Waukee game, and we just play better when Julia's on the court. She had 9 points, I think, in the first half. Julia did, just attacking the basket off the dribble. So then Waukee kind of had to adjust their defense a little bit, and because they were worried about those drives. So then in the second half, we start just, moving the ball, hitting threes, and they struggled kind of finding shooters while also trying to defend those drives. So I think, having Julia here tonight definitely helped us out.
Sure.
She got a little foul trouble, but not too much. So she got to play a few more minutes.
Well, Coach, senior night, and I think you have 8 seniors on your club,
Correct.
plus the 2 managers. And talk about that. I know it's emotional. It was after your game. And, talk about the seniors and the time they spent in your program, because you've been here long enough. You've seen them probably coming up through the middle school and into Dowling.
Yeah, this senior class, they're a fun group. We didn't really know coming in kind of how the dynamics would be, especially we weren't sure how many would get, a lot of game minutes, which can be kind of tough. But I tell you what, they have welcomed our freshmen and our new varsity people so well, and they all just get along, and they come into practice, they're excited, they're energetic, they're positive, and they're one of the most fun groups just to be around that I've coached. And, this is my 19th year of coaching. Just a really fun group, and it was great that we played so well, able to get everyone into the game tonight on senior night. And then recognize all of the seniors after the game.
And one of them scored that got in. Molly Moist.
Yeah.
Got in and
knocked
scored.
down a 3. It was great.
That's right. You're going to remember this, Miss Heller, in about 3 years, and your senior night, you and Zedeker. Remember this? You led tonight's game in scoring.
She could score 30 then her senior night.
I was say you could probably put in 40 on your senior night. You and Zedeker. What do you think, Maren?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a good experience for me to feel that, and I will definitely remember this on senior night, me finding my stroke. And the seniors have been great at encouraging me and welcoming me into the team, and it's been a blast to be around them.
That's tough. You're a senior, you have 4 years here, and here you come in off of middle school and walk in. It's like, hey, you can play, and there's a reason. Coach wouldn't put you in if you couldn't play, and we all know you can. And now the challenge is what level, because every night, as you saw, it could be an Ankeny night or it could be a night like this, ups and downs. And, oh, by the way, you play in the toughest league in the state. And I mean that sincerely. Nothing against our friends in eastern Iowa, but you play in the toughest league in the state. And you have tough games left. Centennial, a week from Tuesday, we go. Dowling goes up there. Johnston on Monday night.
We've got 2 Johnstons left.
Yeah, 2 Johnstons left. So,
great.
Maren, that'll be a great challenge for you, won't it?
It'll be fun.
Okay. Coach, anything you want to add about tonight? Anything we missed? Any shout-outs? You got to have a shout-out, Maren. I'll give you that here in a moment.
The game just seemed to go so fast.
It did.
I was thrown off because we don't normally get above 50, so I think it felt a little bit like a whirlwind. I'm going to have to go back and watch the game film a couple times just to see everything that happened. But, no, it was just a really fun game. Glad that our seniors, did so well, and a great crowd, as you mentioned earlier. This is fun to play in front of a big crowd, big student section, and we appreciate all of our listeners out there that weren't able to come but are listening from home.
Absolutely. All right, Maren Heller, who do you want to give a shout-out to? Who might be listening?
I'll give a shout-out to my grandpa for teaching me the game of ball. He's always been...
What's his name?
Larry Heller. He's my dad's father, and he taught him the game, and my dad taught me the game, so it all came from him, and just give him a big shout-out for being my biggest fan.
Your dad's Chris.
Yep.
Played at Valley.
Yep.
I remember the games. We did a lot of them
yeah.
over at the field house. He was a good player. He had a good coach, too. Coach O'Day was really good coach back in the day. All right, Miss Olwine, what do you got? Are they down here today, your folks?
Nope, they're watching from home. I'm sure they're listening.
Okay, well, great.
Yep.
Coach, best of luck. We go, three games in 5 days. So I hope they all got their legs. Saturday, Sunday off, but Monday and Tuesday get back.
We'll be ready to go. Should be a fun week.
It certainly will. Coach Meyer, thank you for joining us. Marion Heller, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And appreciate you being on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for it.
You bet. Have a good weekend. That's Kristen Meyer and Marion Heller. Join us. We'll take a break and come back. 33-26 halftime. Waukee leads Dowling in the boys contest here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale, and boy, what a flurry here. And in transition, a three-pointer up and good by Waukee. And a lot happened there, 35-26. That's our first basket of the second half, and that was by the Waukee Warriors. And Cade Littlefield, who has 6 points now. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. Packed house here, and Coach Meyer and Marion Heller hanging around watching the Iowa women tonight at Northwestern the final second. Steve, we got a lot going on here. Three-pointer up and good again as Cooper Randall with the three. And all of a sudden, Waukee jumps out to a 38-26 lead over Dowling after a 33-26 lead at halftime. Dowling looking for their first points, and now Charlie Stewart will go to the free throw line as a foul's on Mason Costello, and that'll be his third. Lots of excitement here, Mr. DeVinny, starting this third quarter.
Yeah, nice little flurry here by the Warriors. Picked up his third foul there. Costello did.
All right, here's Carson Brown with the basketball in the corner to Quincy Ferguson for three. It's up off the back iron, no good. Stewart with the rebound. Charlie with it. Gets it to Pettis. His shot off the glass, good. Nice series there by the Maroons. Jalen Pettis with his 4th point.
Yeah, Maroons could use that there down on the block. Some inside scoring.
And now a long three, up and good by Waukee. And is that Moore?
Number 24.
Yeah, that's Keyshawn Moore for three. That's his first three of the night. He has 8 points, and now a whistle and a foul, a charging foul on Dowling, and this will be on Carson Brown, and that'll be his second.
I don't know that he was set, but on that last possession, they got it down to the big man, Pfeiffer, and then we doubled on him, and he passed back out for a three. Maroons got to keep their composure. Down 13.
5:45 remaining, third quarter. Girls game won by Dowling, 74-58. And now the Keyshawn Moore with it, guarded by Ferguson, picks up his dribble. Now finally gets it to Cade Littlefield. And now a whistle and a foul called on Dowling. This will be on Pettis.
Or did they call it on Charlie?
No, they did. They called on Charlie Stewart, his first. As Waukee will take Cooper Randall out of the lineup. And Vance Pfeiffer gets the start here in the second half after playing the first half with 2 fouls and sitting on the bench most of it. 41-28 Waukee. 13-point lead by Waukee equals their largest of the night. Now over in the corner, this is Ivory with it. Caden Ivory off the bench with the basketball.
Leaves it for Keyshawn Moore. Now dribble handoff to Jaden Rogers. Now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer nearly had the ball stolen by Ferguson. Underneath Moore. He gets to Pfeiffer, and they're going to wave off the shot and a whistle and a foul before the shot. This might be on Carson Brown. Nope. It'll be on Pettis. That's his third. So Mata Brua set to check in.
Well, is it on 42 or 24?
42.
Okay. That's his third then, right, Mark?
That's Jalen's third. He's going to sit on the bench along with Charlie Stewart. They both come out. Dowling goes to Mata Brua inside. Now they work it into Pfeiffer. His shot off the glass, good. Vance Pfeiffer with his 9th point.
Ran the little screen, the screener, and hard to get on the block once he gets it down there at 6'7". Difficult to stop.
Timeout Dowling, 4:52 remaining, third quarter, 43-28. Waukee leading Dowling Catholic alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale. And Steve, got any numbers from the first half?
You know, you had the interviews. I missed the second quarter field goal numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the interview with Coach Meyer.
Well, let's get everybody caught up in scoring then. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. For Waukee, at halftime, Cooper Randall with 10 points. He now has 13. Keyshawn Moore had 5 points at halftime, now has 8. Jaden Rogers off the bench with 3. 9 points for Vance Pfeiffer. He had 7 at halftime, battled foul trouble in the first half. Owen Shipper with 2 points. And 6 points for Cade Littlefield. I had Waukee 3 of 6 to free throw line. For Dowling, Carson Brown leading the way with 12 points at halftime. Followed by Davis Sheck off the bench with 5. Joey Capola 4 points. Drew Morrow, who came off the bench tonight on senior night, with 3 points. And Jalen Pettis had 2 points at halftime. He currently has 4 points. And Dowling was 2 of 3 at the free throw line. And now underneath, Maroons working inside. Shot underneath is no good by Davis Sheck. And a whistle and a foul on Waukee.
Good offensive rebound there by Mata. Good dribble penetration, reverse pivot by Sheck. But got the shot blocked, and then Mata with the cleanup, and then was fouled, so he'll have 2.
Littlefield picks up the foul. That's his first for Waukee. Second team foul on the Warriors. Mata Brew at the line for 2, and first one's good. Mata hitting those free throws back in December out at Southeast Polk to send the game to overtime.
Big free throws.
78% free throw shooter for Mata Brua. First year out for varsity basketball after he and Pettis playing on the defensive line of the football team. Second free throw short, and the rebound to Waukee and Pfeiffer. So Waukee with the basketball in the lead, 43-29 with 4:15 remaining. Here's Pfeiffer with it, guarded by Brua. And is double teamed by Quincy Ferguson. It's tipped out of bounds by Quincy. Good help defense there.
Very good help defense from the weak side. Forced it out of bounds. Waukee will retain possession, but it was dangerous down there with the big man on the block.
All right, Waukee inbounds the ball underneath their own basket. They go right to left in their visiting black uniforms with white numbers. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers. Waukee going towards the south basket here at the Dowling Gym. Packed house tonight. On senior night, the teams are recognized. The seniors were recognized between games. Now underneath, here's Waukee and Littlefield underneath. And he can be like a swing guard or forward. And that time he just bowled his way inside, and Littlefield with his 10th point, or 8th point rather.
Had a physical advantage over Davis Sheck. Just backed him down.
Nice ISO play run there by Coach Kanaski and Waukee. Corner 3 by Carson Brown. Good. Right over Jaden Rogers.
Keep it a minute, Mark. Keep it a minute with his 5th 3-point field goal.
He has 15 points tonight. Does
Maroons in a 3-quarter court press, changing up the look.
Yeah, for Waukee, we've seen their defense change, and now Dowling is doing the same. As we approach the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter, Waukee by 13, 45-32 Warriors. First time they played was back on January 3rd, and it was Waukee by 5, 52-47 at the field house. Now Littlefield in the lane and thought the ball was going to roll off the rim. It didn't, and it went in.
Thought maybe he walked, but
okay.
Knocked it in.
That's his 10th point. So Cooper Randall and now Cade Littlefield with 10 points each for Waukee. Pfeiffer with 9 points, and the Waukee lead is 15, 47-32. Carson Brown for three, good from the top of the key. Wow. 18 points for Carson Brown. 47-35, Waukee's lead now down to 12. A long three up, and good. Didn't get out of the cylinder, but popped out.
Maroons were a little late getting out to him.
And that was Keyshawn Moore. He has 6 of his 11 points here in the third quarter. 50-35, Waukee by 15. A long three, no good by the Maroons from the left wing. Rebound, Waukee. There's Littlefield in the front court. Swings it over to Ivory, top of the key. Looking for a ball screen, can't find it. Now they get it back. And the pass inside as Pfeiffer and Ivory couldn't hook up on the same page. Turnover back over to Dowling as Owen Shipper checks in for Waukee. Littlefield will check out. Cooper Randall back in for Waukee as Pfeiffer will check out with 2 fouls.
Yeah, Maroons down 15 here late in the third quarter. Give Waukee credit, knocking down shots and getting stops.
Here's Carson Brown on a blow-by. His shot is blocked. It's blocked by Jaden Rogers, and a rebound out to Waukee. Warriors have it. Here's Ivory down the lane. He loses it, and it's saved from going out of bounds by Scheck. Dowling with the ball. Here's Coppola with it. His body's hit the floor, and there's a shoe. Somebody without a shoe, and that is Drew Morrow.
Goodness
Drew
sakes.
does not have his left shoe's off on his bad ankle.
It's in the backcourt.
Yes, it is. Now underneath, here's Mata Brua for three. Up, good! Mata Brua cuts the lead to 12. It's 50-38 Waukee with a minute left in the third quarter.
Referee's going to blow the whistle?
They're not aware of it.
Gee whiz.
They're not aware of it. They may have to. Drew's got to figure out a way to go on one sock.
Yeah.
Mata Brua for three. And that almost brought the house down. That's his 4th point. Now a whistle and a foul on Dowling.
Looks like a foul's on Coppola.
That'll be Joey's second.
Morrow's going to take a second here to get his shoe back on. The referee still, now he recognizes it. Yeah.
Brian Gibson saw, hey, I'll give you time. Brian Gibson, TJ Augustine, and Mark Vandahar are 3 officials. And now we're set. Everybody's got their traction on. We remember we had that scrum, Steve, and all of a sudden there's a shoe on the back end of the floor. Here's a steal by Carson Brown. Carson down court, and he slips and falls. And now Waukee with the basketball. This is Jenkins with it. And the ball is blocked by Carson Brown. We've had some athleticism. 30 seconds left. Drew Morrow in the lane. His shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Waukee. This will be on Rogers. And that's got the Dowling student section fired up. And the foul will be on Jaden Rogers, his first, and an and one for Drew Morrow coming up. Wow.
Wow is right. Carson Brown slipped as he was probably going to approach and maybe a dunk at the one end, but he slipped and fell. Waukee Warriors took it down to the other end, and Carson sprinted back. He was a little behind the play and had one of the finest block shots in the history of Iowa high school.
It was amazing. He blocked that shot, and it landed at the free throw line. And then the Maroons, that's where the scrum happened.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the shoe being lost. Now Morrow misses the free throw for an and one. Rebound Waukee. 50-40. The lead is 10, and now a turnover by the Warriors.
Goodness sakes.
As Cooper Randall,
they weren't looking,
was trying to get the ball to Jaden Rogers to bring it up, and he threw it off Jaden's head. He wasn't watching.
They weren't, miscommunication in the backcourt by Waukee.
Coach Kanaski is trying to get the right group out there. 21 seconds left in the third quarter.
Maroons climbed back into it, didn't they?
Yeah, Waukee's 15-point lead now down to 10, and Dowling a chance for the last shot.
They just keep hanging around.
Coppola has it. It's Coppola, Brown, and Scheck, the 3 guards, with Drew Morrow, the 4th guard. So 1 post player, and that's Mata Brua. Here's Carson Brown in the lane, running jumper up, and no good. Rebound Waukee, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. And what an exciting third quarter it was.
Incredible.
Waukee 50, Dowling 40. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. Earlier tonight, the Dowling girls a winner, 74-58 over Waukee to improve their record to 14-2. Back with the fourth quarter in the boys' game in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, The Catholic Church would be okay if it weren't for all the rituals. Why do people complain about rituals in the church? They don't complain about the rituals that fill the rest of their daily lives. They shake hands, they sign their names, they put candles on birthday cakes, they give each other flowers, they put on fancy weddings and somber funerals. Those are all rituals. They are symbols. They are simple ways of representing complex ideas. G.K. Chesterton says, "Ritual is a need of the human soul. In fact, it's a need of the human body, like exercise. Destroy your impressive ceremony, and all you get in return is unimpressive ceremony." Want more than a minute? Visit our website at chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. What a flurry we saw in that fourth quarter by Dowling and Waukee, as the Maroons were outscored 17-14 in that third quarter, but it was exciting, and it's now 50-40. Waukee by 10. Marr for three. Banks it off the glass, top of the key, good. The banks open on Friday night for Drew.
Extended hours, Mark, at the drive up.
8 points for Drew Morrow, and now Waukee back, a long three, no good.
And a run out
by Randall, and now down court, Charlie Stewart with the layup that's blocked, but a foul called on Waukee and Cooper Randall. That'll be his second, and free throws coming for Charlie Stewart on senior night.
Yeah, Coach Kanaski is not happy. Cooper Randall with probably an unauthorized early in the shot clock three, if you will.
Early in the shot clock. There was just one pass in the shot.
And then he didn't get back, and Charlie gets a layup, and Cooper gets the foul.
And he misses the front of the two-shot foul.
Coach is not thrilled over there with the gold shirt on.
50-43. 7-point lead now for Waukee. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, a jump ball.
Good call.
As Pettis.
Good hustle by Jalen.
And Pfeiffer battle it out. All possession will be Waukee.
Mark, you say what you want to about the Maroons. The record's not great. They are never out of a game, or rarely out of a game. They play so hard.
Maroons a little full court pressure and near steal, and now Waukee down court. It's blocked by Pettis as Rogers went in for the shot, but two free throws coming. And that was another tremendous block.
I've never seen anything like it.
Wow, Jalen.
He met him at the rim, Mark. Pettis met him at the rim.
Fourth foul on Jalen. That's the downside. Free throws coming for Jaden Rogers, who has 3 points off the bench. If we see some athleticism tonight, how about Carson Brown's block, then the shoe lost by Drew Morrow, and now Jalen would probably be the best block of the night right there. Free throw no good by Rogers.
He met him above the rim.
Yeah. 50-43. Waukee's lead is 7. Second free throw, no good.
Mark, that is his fourth foul, though, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Rebound, Dowling.
Coach is going to stay with him.
Maroons underneath. Charlie Stewart, or check that, Morrow with it. And they're going to get a 3-second call on Drew Morrow. So turnover back over to Waukee. After Waukee came down, empty possession with 2 missed free throws. Dowling comes down and called for a 3-second. That's by Drew Morrow. He got caught in the lane and couldn't get a pass out to anyone. Pfeiffer in the backcourt. Picks up his dribble and travels with the basketball.
This three-quarter court press is having an impact on the Waukee Warriors. They're not handling the press.
Well, you got Quincy Ferguson, Drew Morrow, and Carson Brown, three pretty good athletes. Jalen Pettis on the back end, and then Charlie Stewart, and they were all over the court. Morrow with it at the free throw line, leaves it for Ferguson.
Got to keep moving it, boys.
Waukee by 7, 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and a turnover by Dowling.
Charlie thought he was going to curl. Carson didn't curl. Tough play.
Waukee with the basketball. They have Keyshawn Moore, that's their point guard, along with Cade Littlefield. Also in there, Jaden Rogers. Pfeiffer's in there. And so is Cooper Randall, the 5 on the floor for Waukee. They lead by 7. They're taking some time off the clock as it's down to 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Pfeiffer with it, coming off the ball screen, pull-up jumper, good. Strong move and a nice screen set up by Littlefield.
Yeah, the big man, 6'7", Pfeiffer, has shown that he can make a perimeter jumper as well.
He has 11 points. It's 52-43. And underneath, Carson Brown misses the layup. It's no good. A rebound out to Waukee, and Carson might have tweaked his back there. And now a near steal by Charlie Stewart. Littlefield gets it out to Pfeiffer, and Waukee will set their offense. Dowling stays man-to-man. Here's Pfeiffer, top of the key, trying to bring Pettis away from that basket. Warriors looking for a back cut or an open shot here, Steve, but not in any hurry. Here's Pfeiffer between the circles, guarded by Pettis. Picks up his dribble and now leaves it for Jaden Rogers, 6'4" sophomore off the bench for head coach Kevin Kanaski.
I wouldn't say the Warriors are in a stall game, but they're very content to run offense.
Ferguson picks up the foul on Quincy. That'll be his third. Into the Dowling lineup will be Davis Sheck. He'll replace Charlie Stewart. 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Waukee by 9.
Waukee will be in the bonus next time the Maroons foul.
Yeah, foul situation. Good point, Steve. Dowling with 6 fouls, Waukee with 4. Timeouts. Dowling has 2 left, Waukee with 3. Here's Pfeiffer in the lane against Pettis. Shot up and good. And Jalen had to feel helpless with 4 fouls trying to defend the big guy, Vance Pfeiffer.
That's a fact.
He's got 13 points.
He got it down there on the block, relatively low, too.
All right, corner 3 by Ferguson. It's no good. And a rebound out to Waukee and Cooper Randall. Now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer now has moved to more of a guard position.
At least for now, he brought it up, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing it the last couple possessions. Underneath, the shot too strong, no good by Keyshawn Moore, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. That'll be on Carson Brown, his third.
I thought that might have been on the rebound, but they called it as a follow-up shot attempt, and so they'll get 2 free throws. Coach Theo King is arguing that.
And free throws coming for Vance Pfeiffer. First one up, good.
Too
Vance,
bad.
one of 2 co-captains on the team. Cooper Randall's the other. Pfeiffer now with 14 points.
Deficit is 12 with the second free throw coming.
And the right-hander's free throw, no good. Rebound Dowling and Carson Brown. Jim has gotten quiet here. Maroons with the basketball. Here is Coppola with it. Nearly threw it away, but Carson Brown tracks it down. Waukee stays in the man-to-man. There's Carson coming off a ball screen. Rogers on him. Corner 3 by Morrow is good from the left baseline. Right over Keyshawn Moore. Drew Morrow. That's his second 3 of the fourth quarter. He's got 11 points tonight. And now
Maroons with the steal.
I was going to say a turnover by Waukee. Coppola in the front court to Sheck. Davis back to Morrow. He'll launch another 3. Up off the back iron, no good. Pettis with the rebound. Gets Pfeiffer in the lane. And his shot up and good right over Pfeiffer, who was in the air, but straight up.
Excellent offensive board. Nice shot fake by Pettis.
Pettis with 6 points. It's 55-48. 7-point lead for Waukee. And now Coppola knocks the ball out of bounds.
Mark, the Maroons refuse to go away. It's 12, it's 13, it's 15. They keep battling back, but they're going to need some more stops here with 3:18 to go.
Let's see if what Waukee goes into. Nope, they're going to keep it. Here's Pfeiffer. Baseline shot up and good. He's got a nice, smooth stroke, Vance Pfeiffer.
Give him credit. He's knocking down shots.
He has 16 points, came in averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds, and he's well above that in the point differential. Now, Sheck loses the basketball, stolen away by Keyshawn Moore. Waukee now in transition. Littlefield for 3, it's no good. Rebound Sheck and Dowling. Leaves it for Coppola. And Joey dribbles down the right side. 2:45 remaining. Fourth quarter, 57-48. Waukee by 9. Here's Morrow with it. Gets it to Coppola. Now to Pettis, right elbow. Now to Carson Brown. He's double teamed. Tries to go through traffic and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball. Much to the disdain of the Waukee coaching staff. They thought T.J. Augustine thought it should have been off of Carson Brown. Now they set it up for Morrow for three, and it rolls around the rim. No good, out of bounds to Waukee, as Carson Brown was battling Rogers there to be Waukee basketball.
Rolled around the cylinder mark. Unfortunately for the Maroons, wouldn't drop. 9-point deficit, 2:20 to go.
Waukee facing pressure in the backcourt. This is Randall with it. And a timeout called by head coach Kevin Kanaski, and what's full timeout. So we'll take one with them. 2:14 remaining, fourth quarter. Along with the Hall of Famer Steve Devinia and Mark Amadeo on our score. Waukee 57, Dowling 48. Fourth quarter here at the Dowling Gym on senior night. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve Devinia, Mark Amadeo. 57-48, the Waukee Warriors lead Dowling with 2:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Set up for an exciting finish. Full court pressure in the backcourt, and now whistle and a reach-in foul on Morrow after Keyshawn Moore was tied up. So Drew's third foul, and that'll be team foul number 8 on Dowling. So 1-1 coming up for the Warriors, and that'll put Keyshawn Moore, a 69% free throw shooter, at the line. And Keyshawn's first free throw good. He now has 12 points. And the second one coming, good. 13 points for Moore.
Maroons will need to go quick here, Mark.
Yeah, 2 minutes to play, 59-48. Waukee by 11. Here's Sheck with it. Gets it to Coppola, now to Morrow. Drew with it. Now to Carson Brown. Maroons running their ISO play for Morrow. Get it to Pettis, top of the key. Now to Carson Brown, right wing. Carson coming off a ball screen by Pettis. Gets it back to Jalen. His shot up, good. Right around Pfeiffer. Pettis with his 8th point. 59-50. Waukee.
Need a steal.
Minute 30, and Morrow got the steal.
Almost got it.
But it went off him out of bounds.
Almost got a steal there for Drew.
So now the Warriors have a dead ball on the baseline.
Good pressure in the backcourt by the Maroons.
Warriors inbound it to Moore, their point guard. Lateral pass, the backcourt, stolen away by Dowling. They leave it to Carson Brown. They'll flush it through. Steal by Sheck, and Carson Brown with a slam dunk.
That was Coppola, I think, Mark.
And
great hands.
20 points now for Carson Brown.
Deficit 7.
That was Sheck with the steal, Steve,
yep.
Right in front of us. And now Pfeiffer with it. With a minute to play, and Waukee's lead is 7.
Got a foul here if you can't get a steal.
And that's not the guy to foul, it's Pfeiffer, but you have no choice now. Randall with it, and they foul him.
Stop on the whistle, boys.
Yep. And Carson Brown has picked up his 4th foul. And free throws coming for Waukee. What a flurry. Timeouts remaining. Both teams have 2 timeouts each at their disposal. Free throws coming for, let's see who they put at the line. This should be Cooper Randall, and it is. Cooper Randall will shoot 1-1, Steve?
I believe that's the 9th.
I thought that was 9th.
Foul.
I thought it should be the 10th team foul.
Okay, maybe they don't have it up on the board
they
yet.
Don't. Yep, 1-1, you're right. So here is Randall, and the first free throw no good. Rebound Dowling. Randall, a 66% free throw shooter, missed it. The Maroons have it with 49 seconds remaining, trailing by 7. Here's Carson Brown for 3, top of the key, rolls off the rim, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Waukee, or rather on Dowling, excuse me.
Called Drew Morrow for the push on the rebound attempt.
That'll be his 4th foul. And now 2 shots coming for the Warriors.
If that shot goes by Carson Brown, it's a 4-point game.
Oh, yeah. 2 shots coming for Keyshawn Moore, who has 13 points tonight. First free throw up. Good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Sub-state brackets came out today, or groupings, I should say. Dowling in a grouping with Johnston, Roosevelt, North, and Council Bluffs, Lincoln. And Norwalk. Second free throw no good. 60-52. Waukee by 8. Here's Marr on the baseline. His shot up, blocked by Pfeiffer. Out of bounds to Dowling. As bodies hit the floor, Keyshawn Moore, the last one up.
Whoever catches the ball on the inbounds pass is going to have to shoot it, Mark. We got to go. We got to go in a hurry.
Yeah, 32 seconds remaining. Here's Morrow on the pass from Pettis. Can't get the shot off. And now Capola for 3. It banks it in. And a timeout, Dowling. It's a second bank shot we saw from three-point range tonight.
Capola with that one, and Drew Morrow earlier.
7 points now for Capola. It stops the clock with 24 seconds remaining. 60-55. Waukee's lead is now 5. We'll keep it here. Maroons with over the 10 foul limit. Waukee with 4 fouls. So here's the deal. Waukee has fouls to give, at least 2.
Yeah.
If they need to. But the Warriors will have the ball, and you know Dowling's going to press here, Steve.
Yeah, with 24 seconds to go and still down by 5, the Maroons are going to have to it's too late in the game, not enough time left to try to get a 10-second count in the backcourt. It's going to have to be an immediate steal or foul and hope that the Warriors miss a free throw or 2.
Yeah, with 24 seconds remaining, Dowling trailing by 5. It's almost got to be jump the passing lane. Other games tonight, the CIML, Ankeny is at Waukee Northwest. Johnson is at Valley, that game televised on CISN. Urbandale at Southeast Polk. Mason City at Ames. Ankeny Centennial at Marshalltown. Roosevelt at Hoover. East at Lincoln. And North at Ottumwa, all girl-boy doubleheaders. Fort Dodge had the night off. All right, Waukee will inbound the ball, and Caden Ivory throwing it in. Gets it to Littlefield. Now Dowling's got a foul, and they foul Ivory in the backcourt. So the 6'3 junior, Caden Ivory, will go to the line. He is a 52% free throw shooter, and he'll have 2 attempts here.
Fouled the right player then, right? 52%?
With 19 seconds left. Somebody's in charge of that on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in chair 1, chair 2, 3, or 4, but somebody's in charge of who to foul.
Yeah.
So if you're playing defense, you let him catch the ball. Free throw no good. That's Caden Ivory. Didn't play the first time these two teams played. Coach's decision.
Maroons have 1 timeout left. If they can get a quick basket in transition, they'll call that last one. This game's not over, Mark.
Ivory's second free throw is no good. Ball slapped out of bounds by Littlefield, out of bounds to Dowling. The Maroons will inbound the ball in front of the Waukee bench to our left. Carson Brown will throw it in. 19 seconds remaining, 5-point Waukee lead. The Maroons three-quarter court to go. Here is Capola with it. And a whistle and a backcourt foul to give on Littlefield.
Good decision by Waukee. They have 1 more to give with 15 seconds to play.
Drew Morrow will throw it in. Drew gave up his starting spot tonight, so another senior could start, and that was Mata Brewer and Jalen Pettis. Here's Capola, and there's a foul in the backcourt. That'll be on Littlefield.
Do we have any lobs to the basket for a dunk? From half court.
From half court, yeah. 13 seconds remaining, 5-point lead, and now that is the 16th foul on Waukee. Here's Capola. He's got to shoot the 3. He does. Up, off the rim, no good. Carson Brown saves it, but right into the hands of Waukee, and a foul in the backcourt on Dowling. as he saved it right into the hands of Keyshawn Moore. That foul will be on Pettis, and he fouls out with 8 points.
Yeah, with 4.4 seconds to go, Mark, still a 2-possession game. If he makes both free throws.
So Jalen Pettis will foul out. Coaching staff not in any hurry to substitute. They got a minute. They're going to put in Charlie Stewart as he'll re-enter. And Jalen Pettis fouls out with 8 points. The 2 points at halftime and 6 points in the Dowling comeback here in the second half.
Another great effort by Jalen.
On senior night, one of 6 seniors on this Dowling basketball team. Free throw up, good by Moore. He has 14 points. Second one coming as Littlefield now is pulled off the line. 61-55 Waukee. Second one on the way. It's short. Rebound Carson Brown. And Carson will launch a three-pointer. Up and no good. And Waukee has won both games this year of the series. Waukee 61, Dowling 55, the final. Maroons outscore Waukee in the fourth quarter 15-11. But the Maroons suffer their 10th loss of the year as they fall to 4-10, and Waukee improves to 9-7. And what a game it was, Steve. Exciting game. We saw a lot of athleticism out here by both teams.
Yeah, no. Intensity, highly spirited game. Once again, great fight by the Maroons, and just came up a little bit short.
Dowling outscores Waukee in the second half, 29-28. After Waukee led at halftime, 33-26. So final score once again, 61-55. We'll take a break. Steve Devaney and I will total up some of our numbers here on the postgame show. We'll try to bring those to you, and we'll take a let's take a 2-minute break here. Jeff, if you don't mind, 2-minute break. And we'll total up the numbers and be back alongside Steve Devaney, Mark Amadale. Again, the finals tonight, girls game. It was Dowling 74, Waukee 58. Dowling girls improved to 14-2 on the season. The Waukee gals fall to 9-8. Dowling girls ranked 6th in Class 5A. The rankings came out yesterday. Maroons were led by Marin Heller with 25 points. Ava Zedeker with 19 points. Julia Moore 11 points, and Emma Gipple with 10 points on senior night. Waukee girls led by Lauren Knighty with 14 points. Kirsten Hauk with 13 points, and Lily Lappy with 12. And the boys contest just finished up. Waukee 61, Dowling 55, the final. We'll take a break, come back with our totals after this 2-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, and neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. That is why those who share that Spirit understand one another so readily. To try to teach people about Christ and the mysteries of our holy faith is almost like trying to teach a blind man color, unless those people are ready to receive the Spirit of Christ himself. Now, converts who take instruction come to know that Jesus is our Lord. Where do they learn it? From the Spirit. The Holy Spirit woos the soul, draws it to a closer fellowship, to a more intimate union, becomes our sanctifier, just as the Father is our Creator and the Son is our Redeemer.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Listen longer. That is good advice a TV family therapist gave to a man who asked, what does he do when he and his wife are having a disagreement? He said, listen longer. Great advice today. Let that be your mantra for today. Listen longer. When someone else is talking or disagreeing with you or me, our brain already is answering or questioning what they're saying and what we're going to say next. Listen longer. Oftentimes, if we listen, that person will surprise you with their next thought that often happens to be the one you were going to say. Give that person your full attention and listen longer. He gives that person the moment he or she needs to listen to themselves. They reflect on what they just say. It really works. Listen longer. And that's today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym on senior night. Alongside Steve Devaney, Mark Amadale, and the final score in the boys contest, it was Waukee 61, Dowling 55. The Maroons' record falls to 4-10 on the year, and Waukee improves their record to 9-7. Let's take a look at some of the scoring in the contest as Mr. Devaney is totaling up some of the field goal and field goal shooting, along with turnovers and rebounds. We'll get you all caught up on that. And we'll start with Waukee, the visitors tonight. They were led by Vance Pfeiffer with 16 points. He battled foul trouble in the first half, had 7 points at halftime with foul trouble, but finished with 16 points. He was followed by Keyshawn Moore with 14 points. Cooper Randall with 13 points. Then 10 points for Cade Littlefield. And the fifth starter for Waukee, who really hurt Dowling in the first meeting this year, Mason Costello, had no points tonight. Off the bench for the Warriors, 3 points for Jaden Rogers, Owen Shipper with 2 points, and Deion Jenkins with 2 points. Warriors went unofficially 8 of 19 at the free throw line for Dowling Catholic. Maroons had 2 players in double figures, led by Carson Brown with 20 points. And I don't think Carson left the floor too much tonight. So he led the way with 20 points for Dowling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes for Carson on the night in his 20 points on senior night. Carson, a 6'2 senior for the Maroons. 11 points for Drew Marr. Drew did not start tonight. He gave up his spot, so the Maroons could start all seniors. Drew is a junior, and he finished with 11 points. As he finished with 2 threes and 2 twos from the field. He went 1 for 2 at the free throw line. And Jalen Pettis with 8 points. He fouled out with 4 seconds remaining. 7 points for Joey Capola off the bench for Dowling. 5 points for Davis Sheck off the bench. Quincy Ferguson did not score for the Maroons, and neither did Charlie Stewart, one of the starters for the Maroons, did not score. And I think that wraps it up. Colin Clark and Jack Odie did not score as the Maroons outshot Waukee in that fourth quarter, Steve, 15-11, but fell 61-55. And the last thing to total up was the free throws. I had Dowling 1 for 3 in the third quarter, so they were 3 out of 6 going into the fourth quarter, and they went 0 for 2 in the fourth quarter. So Dowling finishes 3 of 8 at the line tonight, unofficially, and Waukee 8 of 19 at the free throw line. And Steve, you're getting close with the stats, so I'll let you take it away with what you got.
Just shooting percentages, Mark. You keep the individual stats, but Dowling in the first half from the 2-point line, and this was one of the reasons they were down by 7 at half. They shot 29%. They shot from the 3-point line. They finished 6 for 13 for 47% in the first half. 6 3-point field goals made. In the second half, they had 6 3-point field goals made. It has to be a season high. Like you said, Carson had 5 threes himself. Carson?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, yeah, that's right. Because he had one in the second half.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So Maroon shot it better, 48% for the game behind the arc versus 35% in the from 2-point range. Waukee shot 59% in the first half on 2-point field goals, and they were 46% beyond the arc in the first half. In the second half, they were 46%. 53% from the field for the game from the 2-point attempts for Waukee, and 38% for the game beyond the arc. Looks like the Maroons out-rebounded Waukee 24-20. Turnovers were fairly even. Maroons had 13, and Waukee had 12. So,
what'd you have for block shots? Because we had a few of them, didn't we, tonight? Jalen Pettis and Carson Brown had a couple for the Maroons.
You know what?
That stick in my mind.
Yeah, and that wasn't one of the things on this stat sheet.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I was just kidding.
No, for sure. I mean, well, we saw Maroons had 2 that were highlight reel.
Oh, my goodness.
If you shoot those out to Connecticut, ESPN might show them tonight on the top 10.
Well, Carson Brown had one that was
a
mainstay. Then all of a sudden, Jalen Pettis goes above the rim, as you said, Steve, and then swats one away. Unfortunately, he picked up his 4th foul doing it, but what a night. Hey, we want to recognize the Dowling seniors on the basketball team. We recognized the girls earlier. Mata Brua, Carson Brown, Quincy Ferguson, Jalen Pettis, along with Ben Stewart, his twin brother Charlie Stewart, Kellen Schmidt, the manager, and Jackson Yergay, manager. Recognize them tonight between games as the Dowling girls and boys basketball team had their senior night ceremonies. The Maroons, last stat I had, 3 of 8 Dowling at the free throw line tonight, where Waukee was 8 of 19. That was one stat I didn't have. So, well, Waukee wins the regular season series. They win both games, both at the field house and here. For congratulations to head coach Kevin Kanaski, and what a job they did. And, of course, we mentioned earlier, substates came out. Dowling is in substate 8, class 4A. It'll be a substate made up of 6 teams. The coaches in 2 weeks will seed the teams. So, obviously, the 1st and 2nd seed have byes. So the 3 seed would play the 6 seed, and the 4, 5 seeds would play. It's Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, who is ranked in the top 5 this year. Out without their leading scorer now, is with Dix out for the year, along with Johnson. That would be the top 2 seeds right now, with Dowling, Norwalk, and Roosevelt North, the rest of the team. So those just came out, and there'll be some talk about that as we progress. We'll take a break in the post-game show, come back with head coach Clay Thielking. Senior night, and what a game we had here at the Dowling Gym. Again, the final in the boys' contest. It was Waukee 61, Dowling 55, and the girls' game won by Dowling 74-58. Back after this timeout here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. What great news for donors to the Catholic Tuition Organization. You now receive 75%. Yes, 75% of your donation back in Iowa tax credits beginning January 1st of this year. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. Best gift ever. Online, ctoiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, joined by Steve DeVinny. I want to thank Jimmy Cataldo for sitting in the girls' contest as Waukee defeats Dowling 61-55 to win the season series 2-0 over the Maroons. We're joined now by Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys basketball head basketball coach. Coach, thanks for joining us. Senior night. Love how this team plays. They're a lot of fun to watch. I know it's not adding up in the win column so much that you'd like and we'd all like, but you got to love how this team competed after getting down early. Just too big of a hill to climb out of, but this was an exciting game. It was a fun game to watch. A lot of defensive plays, a lot of offensive plays. And, hey, you had the front row. You were up, walking, talking with the officials. Were you guys meeting tonight after the game,
right.
stuff like that?
Yep.
You and Kevin, I saw that, Coach Kanaski. But what a game it was. This is a fun team, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're right. It was a slow start. We started off a little bit slow, and they shot it really well. I think there were some times where we did things pretty well defensively, and they made it a tough one. And, we got in the hole early and couldn't climb out of it. It's a lot to ask. And our guys fought. It's not an effort thing. It's we got to come out of the gates a little bit quicker. And, we got down 13 there in the first half, and they started chipping away and did some really good things, but it wasn't quite enough.
Well, Carson Brown had a tremendous night for you, not only offensively with 20 points unofficially, but defensively. Block shots, rebounds, a lot of good things. You had a lot of positive things happen with your team. It was just one of those, one of those nights that was the shots wouldn't fall when you needed them to.
Yeah, you're right. They are doing a lot of good things. They are doing a lot of good things. And offensively, we had a couple of threes late. Drew had one off an out-of-bounds play that was halfway down. We had the ball late. Obviously, a couple other possessions that if we get a bucket, I think it changes the complexion of things, and just couldn't quite get there.
Well, Steve, before I let you turn it over to Coach Clay, I brought up the old score sheet from over there at the field house. Mason Costello, he was kind of the guy nobody had accounted for. He had 17 points. He had none tonight, so you must have accounted for Mason because he got hot against Dowling over at their place. Pfeiffer had 22 over there, but shutting him out tonight, I don't know if that was one of your keys.
It was.
But he could shoot.
No, it was. Our guys did a good job on Costello. They got other weapons. Pfeiffer hurt us. It seems like whenever we kind of got a little momentum and within striking distance, Pfeiffer would hit a mid-range, and he's good. He's skilled, and they got a lot of guys around him that can make shots and share it well and run some good stuff, so credit to them.
Yeah, no, I thought the effort was really, really good, Coach, after you got down. But to your point, every time you made a run, they had 4 different guys that could make baskets, and the big guy showed that he could make perimeter shots. And I don't know, not a lot you could do, it seems like. But anyhow, how do you think the effort was, especially in the second half? Because you outscored them by a point, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, I think the effort was great. I think the effort was fine coming out. Our guys play hard. I think there's a difference between playing hard and playing with urgency, though. And we've learned that the hard way a couple of times. And sometimes it's something they have to see on film. Sometimes you just have to go through the pain of a game like this and understand that you got to turn it up a notch and play with a little chip on your shoulder. But, we're still learning. We got a lot of games ahead of us. We got 2 weeks here with 6 games total. And, we just got to keep these guys positive and keep fighting. There's no other choice but to keep moving forward and stay together and get better every day.
Well, they came out, they battled, and you can see the sense of urgency. Saw it at Ankeny on Tuesday night, Coach, and saw it here tonight, and they're just going to get up. And I'm not sure what your practice plans are for Saturday, Sunday, but you get back at it. 3 games in 5 days, and then as you mentioned, you close out the season. Now you're past the midway point. Who's got legs, who doesn't? Any changes to your lineup? But I'm telling you right now, lately, Davis Sheck and Joey Coppola giving you nice bench minutes, and you've got to be happy with that. And if you can just get everybody, fine. That's why you get 21 games and get ready for the 22nd game,
Yeah, no, you're right. We're really happy. Joey and Davis have given us a lot off the bench. I think their comfort level is improving nightly. I think you're starting to see that. So yeah, that's good. We need everybody clicking on the same night, and but we're okay. We're okay. We're going through a tough stretch here, but our guys are resilient and they'll keep battling.
I think one thing, Coach, the losses pile up. There, I was telling Mark on the air, you haven't been in a couple games, but you've been in all the other games, and it's a credit to you and your staff and to the kids. You couldn't tell if you're 4-10 or 10-4. The kids give effort. Like you say, it's not perfect, but they got after it again tonight. So.
Yeah, they did. They did. I don't think it's an effort thing with this group. We have our limitations, We certainly have our limitations, and when you get this deep into the season, the opponents know what those are, and it makes things a little bit tougher, and it works the other way around too. We know the other teams and take away things they want to do and make them do things they don't want to do. But we're close, like you said. We're close. We'll break through. We're going to break through, and we want it sooner rather than later. But our guys are fighting, and we'll get there.
Visiting with Clay Thielking, Dowling boys basketball coach, following their game tonight. It was Waukee 61, Dowling 55, as the Maroons' record drops to 4-10 on the year, and Waukee improves its record to 9-7. And Coach, it was senior night, and you had recognized, and we talked about, Steve and I did talk about the kids in your team, as you have 6 seniors that are recognized, plus 2 managers, Jackson Yergay and Kellen Shimon. Both managers, and Yergay can golf, and he's second-team All-State.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
and I don't know if he's given free lessons or how he's working out his compensation, but he's a pretty good golfer, and he can. I know he can help Nejas. I think you're pretty good at that.
I've tried. About to give up on that. But
what a group of guys. This is your first year. You just met the families here in the last probably 6-8 months. And here tonight, it's senior night, just like that.
Yeah, no kidding. If it seems like yesterday, we were over there in the small gym, and I was meeting all of them for the first time, and we're all wearing masks. And
that's right.
Man, it's a blink of an eye, and it's over. But I'm proud of these seniors. They're just great kids, And the reality is none of our guys are going to play basketball much beyond high school. Hopefully a couple of them, maybe not in this senior class, but coming up we'll end up going to a small college, at some point. But basketball is short-lived, and these kids, they've got character, and they're good people that are going to be really successful. So we're lucky to have them in our program.
Coach, thanks for stopping up tonight on senior night. We'll see you Monday and Tuesday night as we go back-to-back with one of the few makeup games, and that's Dowling and Johnston right here Monday night, and then followed up by Ottumwa, a non-division game on Tuesday. So we look forward to that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Clay Filking, our guest here on the post-game show. I want to thank Coach all season long, been with us. And Steve DeVinny, I know it's Friday night. Tracy's probably been shopping, so she's waiting for you to get home.
She's got 2 grandkids tonight.
Waiting for Grandpa to come home. I got you. Well, it's what a night we had. We had girls and boys basketball tonight. Game 1 was just as exciting as Game 2. And we appreciate our supporters, Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Mercy One, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's. And Steve DeVinny, thanks to you. Always good to have you sit in. And where are you at this weekend? You got a tournament with the Dowling, what is it? The
8th grade MBA program.
MBA this weekend.
We've got we have the Dowling tournament, as a matter of fact. So
okay.
We're right back in this gym tomorrow at about 7:35 to get ready for an 8 a.m. tip. So
do you have the first game? Because I know you guys have different
I might
teams.
Sleep in the locker room, tonight here.
You better make arrangements. The alarms will go off.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for all you do behind the
Mark.
scenes, and enjoyable senior night. Congratulations to the seniors. All right, that'll wrap up our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Thanks for tuning in. As now the maintenance staff's wait, are you guys going to get done? Are you going to get done? Yeah, we're out of here. As we'll thank our guests, and that includes the Waukee coaches, Danny Franklin, the girls coach, Kevin Kanaski, the boys coach, our athletic director, Eric Boyle and his staff, Beth Collins in the activities office. Thanks for all they do behind the scenes. Our next broadcast on Iowa Catholic Radio will be this coming Monday night, girls and boys doubleheader. It'll be Dowling hosting Johnston. We'll be on there at 6 o'clock. Girls will tip off at 6:15. Number 1 Johnston girls and the number 6 Dowling girls. So tune in for that. Boys game to follow. And, of course, we'll be back on the air on Tuesday, February 1st, as it'll be Dowling hosting Ottumwa. So we'll be on back-to-back next week. Hope you can join us. For my broadcast partners tonight, that's been Jimmy Cataldo during the girls' game and Steve DeVinny for the boys' game. This is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long. We'll give you the final scores one more time. Dowling girls a winner tonight, 74-58 over Waukee. And the game had just completed. Waukee in the boys' contest defeats Dowling 61-55. For Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. And for our studio producer, Jeff Piggott, thank you for listening and thank you for tuning in. From all of us here at the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled weekend.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.